live. We're live. Don't say nothing you don't want to say.
N-word. Oh.
You know what?
Did you say N-word?
I'm just gonna.
Sure
you know
did.
what? We'll talk about. You know what? Everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We have a very jam-packed show this week. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all know what I mean. I'm Eric.
Wait a minute.
Dude, say it properly. I mean,
I can't. Take that away.
I can't even roll my ass.
You know what? F you, Manny, for being able to do that. My tongue don't work that
Manny
way.
is racially ambiguous, so he has to be able to roll his R's like that. So wait a minute. I create all these thumbnails and you're not going to even use them?
I'm going to use them as I move and talk about things, Marcus.
No, but that's not the point of the thumbnail. It's to tease people. It's to tease people for the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You just want to show Manny this.
No. That's the point of these thumbnails. That's why it's 7 of them.
7? Oh, I see 4.
There's 4, but there's sometimes 7.
Well, we will cover SmackDown. We're going to start off with that big wrestling weekend, and we're going to talk about Mission Impossible. I'm Eric.
I'm the racially ambiguous.
So what are we doing now? I spent all morning.
Marcus.
I have died at work, okay? I died. Jacob may say he all gas, no brakes. I'm all fumes and emergency brake, okay? This is bullshit that you decided to just skip over my hard work after I've been tired of doing this and just say, You know what?
You know, Eric, how dare you do this to a man that's running on the flashing engine light right now?
I should, Marcus, I apologize. I didn't know you was stopping your car by pulling up the emergency brake.
I don't know. Take me to Pep Boys to get me going again.
But, I don't need all those thumbnails, Marcus, so I'm just here for you guys. You guys are the only 2 thumbnails I need because I'm here to talk to you guys. Y'all know what I mean? Anyway, Marcus, I wanted to start up because...
Don't let him manipulate you, Marcus.
He did manipulate me. I'm rolling my eyes and I'm done.
Mark, this year...
I'm done.
Marcus, this year, you really, you pulled the trigger. You really want to go to Wrestlemania. You even bought Manny a Wrestlemania release Eric package. Marcus, when the news broke...
Yeah, I haven't mailed either.
But whatever, you still bought it. I saw you buy the items.
It's still behind me, and I keep forgetting to ask Manny or you for Manny's address and to ship it, okay?
But Marcus, my question for you though is that after all this, you realize somebody in Louisiana messed up and did not sign the contracts, and it looks like WrestleMania is being stripped away from New Orleans with a consolation prize, I think, of Money in the Bank, and WrestleMania is returning to Las Vegas again. Marcus, how does this make you feel? Back-to-back WrestleManias in Sin City.
Well, Eric, the history of WrestleMania, they have done multiple WrestleManias in back-to-back cities, but this is way back in the day. There was a time when they kept going to Atlantic City for the Trump Plaza, and I believe they went to the Garden a few times and stuff like that. Huh?
3 and 4 was in Atlantic City.
So it is precedent that they have done this, and they've done close by WrestleManias, and New Orleans got WrestleMania 33 and what they got 34. They got some close ones together as well. So I'm not faulting them for that. But I will stand here, Eric and Manny, and I will look at you both in the eye, all 4 of them, and say, this is some fucking bullshit. And how dare they do this to people? WrestleMania should travel. I don't believe it should be stationary and move. And the main reason they're doing it is for a $5 million tax cut. They can kiss my black ass and never get my money again. People ain't got the money like that no more. You gonna put WrestleMania back there? You already milked my money last year. You already took it all last year. You're probably gonna raise the prices. Plus, this time, right after WrestleMania, you give us Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide, and you overprice for that. And then you got that San Diego show, which is Survivor Series. People in the West Coast, in California and Nevada, are tapped out. WWE, we have no more money to give. What do you want, my blood? What do you want, my ring? What do you want, my Rolex? Fuck you.
All right, as Marcus is regulating things, Manny, your hand is up right now.
He said, and I quote, WWE will never get my money again.
Yes. I was going to ask you to notate that, Manny, because I think that's a lie.
If you even get remotely an itch in the next year,
maybe 2 weeks. You
In
made
the
me
next
heck of the
year,
money in the bank. If those
I think
prices
you
drop,
get.
I may end up with money in the
I
bank.
think you get kicked in the balls.
No,
No, what? Man, it's
but
not my manhood.
but I
Not
hate to
the
tell
boys.
Marcus,
Not
I
the
think,
boys in the sack.
but Marcus, I agree with you with the same thing, Marcus. I'm a little bit about you. Like I might do day before, same day to see where the tickets prices are at because I'm not paying the prices they're charging right now. As for Vegas, I mean, considering where the status of our country is right now, I think that New Orleans probably was not a city where they could, like, because at least you can have other people come and be like, well, we're also going to be in Vegas too. I don't know exactly what's going on. At $5 million, it seemed like it's a little bit of chump change. I need TKO to get their act together and start charging reasonable prices for the everyday fan.
They
I doubt-
ain't, because this is what they charge the UFC. This
Yeah,
is
but
exactly how much they charge for UFC. So they're not going to change. And until people keep continuing to pay this, they're never going to change.
yeah, but I don't think UFC and boxing are the same audience. Like the one thing about WWE incorporates a lot of children, and I don't think paying $400 for a child's ticket when you have to it just doesn't make any sense to me. You got to get back to the roots, or at least give us some shows where I get some financial relief.
But they
I need
changed
some
that, Eric.
financial relief.
They've changed the way they do business now. They don't care about the families anymore. They only care about that little piece of paper when Triple H comes to that little desk and he goes, "This is the highest grossing WrestleMania of all time." That's all they care about these days now.
The bottom
That's all
line.
they
The
care.
bottom line,
That's
that
all
is
they
also
care.
true.
You know, we know about them only caring about their bottom line and all that, but I would ask you about the tradition of WrestleMania, the relocation of WrestleMania and moving it around, similar to the Olympics or World Cup or something like, or the Super Bowl and stuff like that. How do you feel about them breaking tradition? Like, it seems like Triple H and his team or TKO seems to be not a fan of old wrestling traditions of like, let's not put advertisements in the ring. Let's not move WrestleMania around. Let's just go wherever we get our $5. I don't like the direction they are going in at all as a company. What do you think about the constant if they continue to go into Vegas or back to back?
I'm not a person who cares too much about traditions because I think everything has to evolve and everything has to change. I mean, I just think it's the way of life. Like you can't, the audience that you had 20 years ago is not the same audience that you have right now. The advertisements in the ring doesn't bother me, but the issue that you can tell is more so for me is the ticket pricing. I don't care about them not moving, but the thing is that you're so concerned about money, it's turning me off where I don't even think the product is worth it. You want me to pay all this money for a show that I don't even know what's going to happen.
But Manny, let me jump in here.
Oh, you go
Eric, let's say price is no issue. Yeah. Let me jump in here. No, because Manny was going to probably speak next. You were going to speak next, probably.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, I'm jumping in the middle of this, okay? I'm jumping in the middle. That's all you got to know. I'm interfering like any Triple H
He's
finish.
so used to interrupting people. This is why he did it.
I think so, man. I think you're correct in this situation.
Don't worry about my past crimes. Eric, I know you're selfish and you're thinking Eric first. But what about the people who don't want to travel to Las Vegas, huh? What about the people on the East Coast who want to get a WrestleMania? What about Manny right here, who's been promised a WrestleMania his entire life, just like he's been promised a Knicks championship his entire life. And just like the Knicks, they have no shot. They have no shot at the current moment now.
But Marcus, no one's gonna ever be happy. Like if you put this on the East Coast,
that's not the argument here.
If you put this on the East Coast, people have to travel. Like if you want to go to WrestleMania, you're going to travel. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you want to move it around. Like people want to move around. Like even like if you keep putting WrestleMania in Vegas, people are going to kind of show up, not show up. It's going to basically get WWE Performance Center vibes. Oh, this is just our show, and you get the same people over there. I like the mixing around of people and locations.
I don't think you
but
get
I
that
think
same vibe in
WrestleMania doesn't
Vegas.
necessarily matter.
Yeah. Manny, please
so you don't need
explain
WrestleMania in England, Manny. You never wanted it.
No. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see it, mainly because it'd be different. You ain't got an American audience there, so you've got a UK audience, and then probably the people that would travel for it. So like the feel would feel different. Like even if it was in another country, not even the UK, it would just feel different. Whereas like, I get what you're saying, but like the American fans are the same everywhere you go, besides like a few standout places. like New York, Philadelphia, and a few others. But most of the time, some places they're largely dead. They are a dead audience. So I don't mind as long as we go to places where things are gonna be lively and you can feel that through what you're watching.
Yeah, but I enjoyed Vegas. I think it's a nice location and a good WrestleMania town. But I also think New Orleans is a great WrestleMania town. I think they should have it. And I think that even though I may not be able to attend the Olympics or World Cup when they come to Los Angeles and America and yada, 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 I'm still happy that I have an opportunity to be like, wow, I attend a World Cup game, or wow, I got to attend an Olympic event or something. By doing this to WrestleMania, I just feel like you kind of take away the prestige of it. Like, it's just going to be just any other show. I don't know. I feel like
I don't think it's going to feel like that.
I
don't think it's going to feel like that.
I think I
think you're
disagree
taking
with
something
you.
away.
I think I
No,
disagree with you.
WrestleMania will feel like WrestleMania wherever it is.
Yeah, wherever it's at. I mean,
and wherever you put it, even if it's in the same location every time, it's
Okay.
no different. It's
Mark,
different to.
I like the differences of themes. I like the differences of themes and locations.
It's no different to Wrestle Kingdom. That's always at the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
But this is bigger than the Tokyo Dome. That's small potatoes.
It's
That's
about
small
the card.
potatoes. I am saying, but I am saying that this has been something that has been part of my life, and I like seeing different cultures and different sets and how they appeal to the
different cultures.
Mark, Mark, it's still America, Mark. It's 8 different
cultures. No, come on, man. It's different. You trying to tell me a WrestleMania in New Orleans, Las Vegas, and New York City has the same vibe?
Yes.
It does not.
They are all the same. What are you talking about? Wrestling is wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling's wrestling. Mark, the only difference
Marcus, when you watch it on the screen, what are you paying attention to? What, the sky and how different the skyline and how different it is?
I honestly look around.
No, I'm paying attention to the ring and
I don't care about
Manny.
I like the aesthetics. I am a theatrical person. Like when it showed up in Seiko, I thought it was a beautiful set, and I like the way LA looked when they did the whole Hollywood theme. I like the Vegas mentality. Like I like when they mix it up. I like that.
And what makes you think they're
Tired
not
of this missionary shit?
I mean, the thing is, it could be maybe New Orleans didn't have the infrastructure to support 2 nights of WrestleMania. I mean,
they did.
I would love for it to be in Chicago or something like that.
It's a money thing.
It's a money thing. They did WrestleMania in New Orleans already. What are you talking about? They trying to say they can't do it again? They did it closer to after Hurricane
I guess one day
Katrina.
somebody gonna be able to talk. Somebody gonna be able to
I'm just saying. They did it closer to after Hurricane Katrina last time. So if you try to tell me they don't have infrastructure to do, hey, WrestleMania, you out your damn mind. I just had to interrupt. I'm sorry.
You gonna interrupt again. My whole thing is, it's on the West Coast. Would you have felt better if they went back to SoFi? I mean, like if they bounced back from the West Coast. I personally, I guess something happened. Vegas is offering you more money. If they got out the contract, so be it. I hope they do a different design with the set or whatnot, but as Manny said, the product in the ring will still be the product in the ring, no matter where they're at, whether they're in Chicago, New Orleans, New York,
do you
New
think
Jersey.
the NBA All-Star game should be in the same spot every year?
Most times it might be. It might be in Vegas.
It doesn't. They move it around.
Marcus, I don't even watch the All-Star game. I don't care. I don't watch it.
I'm just saying. You think the Super Bowl should be in the same place every year?
I personally feel like
I prefer if you are a big time franchise or promotion or entity or enterprise, and you have a big build up show, it should lead to something. It should go to a place.
The Pro Bowl's in the same place every year.
Yeah, it's in Hawaii.
That's the Pro Bowl. That's the bottom of the barrel of events. You know it. You know it.
Yeah, but Marcus, what you're feigning to remind you, you're not going to the same thing. If you went to the same show every time, sure, it'd be a problem. But if you're watching it on TV, it's not going to matter. You're not there. It's not going to matter.
But let me tell you,
WrestleMania 9 felt exactly the same as WrestleMania 41.
No, it did not. They had elephants in 9. And Macho Man and Giant Gonzalez's.
But
it was outdoor and they built a Caesar Palace set.
Yeah, well, you're naming our things, which all can attribute to the show, which they coming down the aisle, the same aisle that probably they come down last time, an elephant.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. It's not going to change how you view it.
I just think it should move around. I don't like a stationary WrestleMania.
So
it's
let me ask you this question.
Once in the last 10 years.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question though, Marcus, because I know there's a lot of people. Because you talk about I like traditional stuff. You know, like how people complain about 2 nights of WrestleMania. Would you be open with maybe one night WrestleMania take place in one city and the second night takes place in another city?
Absolutely not. No.
Why?
No.
Why?
One, that's too expensive. Like if you're
It
running a
is.
business, that's way too expensive.
Yeah, and like we shipping half the roster. I don't want that. I don't even want 2 nights of WrestleMania. I think it should just be one goddamn night, and we put limited matches on that shit.
But hey,
Not everybody get to make it.
It's week.
Not
It's
everybody get to
weekends
make
now,
it.
baby. We got 2 nights of SummerSlam for no reason. 2 nights.
I don't need 2 nights of Cardi B. I only need one.
Maybe a couple hours.
I got 20 minutes.
But clearly, Marcus is against.
20 minutes.
My
clearly
cardio
Marcus
ain't
is
up there,
against.
okay?
So Betty, I think you and we're very indifferent about WrestleMania taking place at Las Vegas again. Marcus
to
is
the
extremely
chat.
passionate about this.
Send it to the chat. I am.
Ain't nobody in the chat.
Because I would like to say, not my company. This ain't my company. Freaky Neeky, Vince McMahon wouldn't allow this shit. And over his dead body, you have to put a knife in my heart while beating if you want to ever do that shit. This is the kind of shit Shane McMahon was suggesting.
I would think that it would be easier to get Manny to Las Vegas than it would to get him any other place for WrestleMania.
London?
Well, outside of London. Since we're
Ireland?
So I'm going to move on to my next story. I thought this was
Scotland?
Since we're in the Las Vegas realm of thing, I thought this would be a little fun to do because it is Double or Nothing weekend. And, on this week's episode of AEW Dynamite, Dustin Rhodes was talking about being day one. And I was like, you know what? We haven't done this in a while. Why not? Let's revisit that night, May 25th, 2019, the first Double or Nothing that took place in Las Vegas, and see where are these people at right now in their AEW career right now. So the show had a 21-man casino battle royal, Marcus, and that person who won that battle royal was Hangman Adam Page. Now he's still in the company, but him and Will Ospreay batting over who has the best mother hairstyle going on in professional wrestling. Marcus, from that day in 2019, has Hangman done anything except for burn down Swerve's house?
No, he's changed his character up every now and then. Hangman has his moments of brilliance, but then there's a lot of downtime. Dark Order time was a bad period for him.
Hold on, Marcus. This man admitted on Dynamite he had done nothing for 2 years.
Yeah, this is part of the downtime. He's been doing nothing. Like, there was downtime when he first came in. He looked like he was going to fight for the world title. He looked like a big player. Then he started hanging around the Dark Order. That didn't go too well. Then he came back, and he seemed like he wanted the main event and stuff, but he feuded with CM Punk, and that didn't go too well. And then he had 2 years of being angry and burning down houses because of Swerve and all that. That was actually his, he had a comeback in that one. And then when he burned down the house, that was part of his comeback. And I think right now we're in the resurgence of Hangman. I enjoyed him in Will Ospreay this week. I thought he had a good segment, even though I will talk about Will's problem. Will needs to stop talking about his grind.
Yeah, I think he needs to stop
Will's
talking about
grind. No, Will's grind of, hey, bro, I fly out here in a private jet every week.
Yeah, it's not
on zero sleep.
It's not a good grind.
This is your choice. You ain't living out your car. This ain't no real grind. This is your choice.
Yeah, but I like
you're on a private jet.
I like this. Then I lived out of my car. I slept on floors and shit. I like this. I like this to that. It's different.
Yeah.
That's like Cody complaining about traveling on his bus. There needs to be a middle
ground behind that. There needs to be a middle ground.
It's like Cody talking about being on his bus. So on the buy-in show, both of these guys are still in AEW. Kip Sabian, Sammy Guevara. I don't remember this match at all.
What do you mean? Whatcom came out in the panda outfit, and we both said who were them. And then the main critique of the match was, why are they posing so much and they're very little?
All right. Then Marcus, there was a trios match that
I remember the show.
It was Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky against Seema T-Hawk and Ed Litterman. I know Scorpio Sky did an interview that came out. He doesn't understand why he's not on TV. He's waiting. Betty, do you understand why Scorpio Sky is not on TV?
I thought he was done with the company.
No, apparently he's still on the contract.
The way I read that interview, it sounded like he was done, and then he doesn't want to talk bad about AEW.
No, he's not talking bad, but he's still in the company.
Yeah.
He's still there, and I don't know when it would start. At the early stages of AEW, Scorpio Sky seemed like a breakout star at some point. He had singles feuds and stuff. They had the SCU thing going on for him. That was right. And then he looked like he was going to fight for the world title. Then that didn't work out. Then he started to become parts of the what were they? The America Top Team. I forget what they called themselves with.
What the guy that was cutting the promos? I remember that. Yeah.
Men of the Year. The Men of the Year.
Men of the Year.
That was then he became the TNT champion in Los Angeles. Turned the title to purple and gold, and we never saw him again.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was kind of it. But if we want to talk about people who are, I think everybody who was involved in this women's 4-way match no longer works with AEW. It was Dr. Britt Baker.
She's still there.
Awesome Kong with Brandy Rhodes, Nyla Rose, and Kylie Ray.
Nyla Rose is still there, isn't she?
She is?
Yeah, Kylie Ray has skin. This might be the most controversial series of people.
Kylie Ray is
She got Jericho.
She's ID.
Yeah, but got Jericho in her time in AEW, where he was waiting for her in a hotel room. They almost got Jericho canceled, but apparently he pushed through it because he showed up on TV every week. And you got Awesome Kong, who are making her basically her only appearance. You got Brandy, who's Cody's wife, who was a horrible run in AEW.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Nothing. Everything she did was negative. Even though I think they're still doing AEW heel somehow without her.
Then we had the Best Friends against Angelico and Jack Evans. I always thought Angelico would have a better AEW career, but his groove never. It was just, I don't know what happened.
Well, behind every promotion that starts, you got Jack Evans there. He's been at them all.
It's true.
He's been at TNA. He was in Ring of Honor. Everything that starts at the beginning, Jack Evans is always there. Does he ever make it to the finish line? Never.
Then we had the women's trios match because at that time they put 2 women's matches on the card. You had Sheeta.
Hold on, Eric. In AEW's defense, on pay-per-view, they will have 2 women's matches.
Okay.
Yeah, but wasn't it before they had Dynamite?
Yeah, you had Sheeta teaming up with Rio and Rio Mizunami going against Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura.
Magic Girl. They still around. They kind of all still around. They show up once every 6 months.
Yeah, Emi Sakura I don't think is employed by AEW. She just shows up every now and again. The Magic Girl, I think, is signed to AEW.
Is she?
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah.
We had Cody with Brandy going against Dustin.
Was that the dog collar match?
No, this was a regular match. But it was a lot of interference from Brandy. It was a really good match. It was considered the greatest AEW match of all time for that 1 week.
Then we had the AAA World Tag Team Championships because I think at this time AEW didn't have Tag Team Championship belts yet.
AEW didn't have titles.
Yeah,
they didn't have titles.
It was the Young Bucks. I'm not going to even call them by Matt and Nick because they were called the Young Bucks at that point. Going against Pentagon and Ray Phoenix.
They were still Matt and Nick.
the Lucha Brothers. That was actually a really good match. I remember that was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, that was to me, that was my favorite match of the night as well. But yeah.
And then the main event was Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega.
How short was this show, baby? How short was that show?
And the winner got to face whoever won the battle royal for the AEW title. And as we know, Chris Jericho won that match.
Shocking fashion. I just assumed Hangman was going to win. Or Kenny Omega was. It was Kenny, right?
Yeah. No, Kenny lost.
Oh, yeah. So it was Hangman versus Jericho?
It was Hangman versus Jericho for the AEW title.
I just assumed that Hangman was going to win that, but Jericho won it and carried the company to better heights. He proved it. It was the final run of Jericho, as you want to call it. The last 2 years of his career that was worth a damn.
I will say that Jericho, in that period of being the face of the company, was actually a very positive thing. Can't say the Jericho that we have now is, but overall, when I think back to that card, man, they were just such a young, hungry company with no one that you didn't know. The name
Tony Khan was not on anybody's mind.
No, and he wasn't out there trying to side everybody. And
he was.
He was. He just, there was nobody available. Vince hadn't did that mass release yet.
I mean, we still have. Looking at the card that we'll talk about later, we still have trios matches. We still got to buy in and stuff like that. But it's just like, They have a lot more. I guess what do I call it? Polish now. Like their poster look better. But you told me, Marcus, that the tickets in Arizona are not selling well.
No, I didn't say they didn't wear similar. I said NXT outsold them.
Is it because they have a bigger arena?
No, it's just because they outsold them.
All right.
The reviews are basically the same. They got NXT sold, I think, 8,000. AEW sold 7,000.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to mention the first show of Double or Nothing to see what they're talking about. Another thing that was mentioned.
I love that you wanted to bring up a 6-year tradition. Are we going to revisit this in 10 years?
You damn right we are.
We didn't revisit it in the 5th year. The 5 year. Nobody.
It's just because it's such a busy weekend where we got Battleground, we got Double or Nothing, we got Saturday Night Main Event. Like, you know, it's a very. I don't know if Dynamite did anything to really make me say I need to watch Double or Nothing. Maybe Collision will be that show for me if I watched it, but I don't know. But then there was
Collision came out Thursday.
Oh, then it clearly didn't do nothing for me. Also, Marcus and Manny, I have a question because I forgot what wrestler said this. It was a female wrestler, but they said they would like to see WWE create a all women's wrestling show.
That was Natty.
Natty.
I thought it was Natty. I just wasn't sure. Manny.
Natty's just trying to get on TV, Eric. Ignore her.
Let me ask you this question, Manny, because I actually like the idea. Where do you stand on an all women's wrestling show for WWE?
I mean, they can do it. I just don't think like on TV it would work very well. I don't think many people will watch it. So like maybe you could explore you doing this on YouTube for a bit and then see if anyone wants to buy it. But it's a tough sell a lot of the time for people to get invested in this. And when you go by what Rhea Ripley said, it's even more difficult. Like the thing we didn't mention when me and Marcus were talking about what Rhea Ripley said about when she went after the IWC, is a lot of these women are viewed on their looks more than their ability a lot of the time. So
some people just call them heifers and stuff. I don't know who does that.
Some people,
I haven't called nobody a heifer in a long time. I've been a lot.
Yeah, but
more
you
respectful.
did.
I did.
And you called out someone's midriff.
I was a different person, but I would also say that I think,
not even on TV because of the way Eric talked about her.
But I think after looking online and even seeing like how in some of the wrestling groups that we are in, and I just see how like people were objectifying women, like, oh my God, this person looks like, everybody would be like this or that. It's like a point where like some of these people are very talented in the ring, and I don't see us doing that with the men. No one is out there like, oh, Randy versus John. Like, so I would like, I would like to see women get more respected.
I mean,
you know what? It's not just wrestling that they do this. Oh, go ahead, man.
I mean, there's a place for it. I just don't know how willing people are going to be to accept it, because like Pro Wrestling Eve does it. It's an all women show, and when you look at all indies in the UK, there's normally just one women's match, like regular TV. So like when an indie card, you can have as many matches as you want depending on your budget. So like when you watch Pro Wrestling Eve, it is different. It's very much a different kind of product. Whereas like it can be done in WWE, but will people take it seriously and will people watch it and will they keep interest in it?
Well, it's like any sport or television show. It's wrestling's audience is a bunch of hairy, misogynistic, incel pieces of shit men who are pretty much musty and smell like ass and can never even talk to probably any of these women, criticizing them all the time. But that's the same thing that goes for everything in calls of women athletics or sports or entertainment. Men come out there and they just bash it no matter what. Like whether you're the movie Black Widow, which had that took forever to make, or you are the WNBA, which is now finally getting some type of popularity because they have a white savior finally.
I want to go see
take
Kelsey
out
Plum.
all the black women.
I want to go see Kelsey Plum play for the Sparks, man. I want to go see it.
I'm honestly down to go see a WNBA game this week or this year. And it doesn't have to involve Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese.
No, because like I was looking, I was like, damn, they play tomorrow at 3, but I can't do that. It's wrestling. But Shantae and her brother, they went to a suite and they said it was some, it's good basketball. I mean, if you like basketball, you'll like it. But I have said it on multiple occasions that I think I have enjoyed the women's storylines more than the men's storylines. I don't know why. Maybe because it's new faces, it feel fresher. it's a little bit more drama and emotion behind some of these stories. I'm not 100% sure, but all I know is that could it work? I think Manny's right. You might have to roll it out a little bit in a smaller dose. I'm shocked they've never done the women's pay-per-view that they did that one time. I think
That's fine. I think it was leaked that the second one's going to happen.
Evolution.
Evolution.
Which I thought was like, that was a really, really good pay-per-view that many people don't even talk about how good that show was.
And, but like, I agree. I think WWE could pull it off. I think there could be a women's promotion, but I just think just like anything else, it's just the misogyny of it all. And let me tell you why you're interested in the women's storylines and women wrestling more than the men's. I've seen white men fight for 40 years of my life. 40 years of my life. I've just been watching white men do this shit. They've told every white man story you can do, every man story you can tell. The women have a different perspective. It is a different view of certain things. So that's the difference. And it's like going to a movie and seeing black people fight vampires. We don't get that shit. That's a new perspective.
Because we ain't inviting nobody in. Because we ain't inviting nobody in, brother.
He did.
Has he finally watched it?
Yeah, he watched. Remember, he brought up in the meeting, Manny, about the catfish and the vittles.
I mean, like, black people ain't gonna invite nobody in. Your fat ass been outside. Why you want him to come in now?
You bring your fat ass in all day.
You hit it out. What the hell? So speaking of women,
I think new perspective on things is better, and I think it will help the stale state of wrestling. And I think that if the women all got together and put on the show, I think they can actually outdraw the men.
Let's be real. SmackDown started off with the women. It started off with Tiffy time. Tiffy came out to the ring. She started saying her things. Then she was interrupted by Charlotte. And the next thing you know, Alexa Bliss came out. And
she came out first.
Did Alexa come out first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You might be right.
The point of the situation was Tiffy was very assertive about saying the one thing that was on everybody's mind. Y'all old news, man. This is so 2010s. Y'all need to get out. Y'all need to back up.
It was adorable when Alexa said, "Oh, I haven't met you, but I'm Alexa." I'm like, Alexa, who cares?
Yeah, but she was like, "You were the standard. Now I'm the upgrade." I was like, "Damn."
Oh yeah, that hurt. That is a mic drop, and that was just like, damn. She kind of right. But people making fun of Alexa Bliss being old. She is not old. No. She's just been around a long time.
Yeah, I think even Chelsea rebutted to that tweet.
Yeah,
and was like, "I'm older than her."
Yeah, like me to put young people like Chelsea crazy, like I'm older than her.
So like the greatest thing about the first match of the night though, it was Zelina Vega, Julia, and Charlotte Flair. In this match, I knew Zelina wasn't winning. I was like, Julia's supposed to win. And I felt like Charlotte knew she was losing. That's why she kind of had her outfit kind of match Julia's outfit.
Yeah, because Charlotte, that would have been a fire tag team.
Yeah, they
was. I was like, why are you wearing complimentary colors in this situation?
I felt like they should have got together and went back to back at one point. I didn't mind them matching, and I thought Charlotte was the one that was favored to win this match, even though Julia was making her debut and stuff. But I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I thought this was a really good match. And wait, what happened to the graphic? Why did it brighten up all of a sudden? Anyway, I thought back and forth, Charlotte and Julia and Zelina did the damn thing in this match. I was entertained by it.
What about you,
Not Manny? As good as Sean Legacy and Javon Evans and Ashanti the Adonis, which decided to be the second greatest triple threat match of all time.
And it was flipping
matches that happened this week. That was the best triple threat match of the week, possibly of the year.
It was flipping and storytelling, and I appreciated both. Shout out to Sean Legacy and the boy, Javon Evans.
The whole the Adonis, whose character is Diddy.
He is Diddy.
The whole time I was watching this match, I was like, which one of these two are gonna pin Zelina? Which one?
Yeah. That's the whole thing about it. It's the same thing that happened in the tag match. Like, I was like, one of these guys is pinning Big Jim. I know Big Jim is taking this pin. As simple as that.
I realized Charlotte was getting pinned in the middle of the match when I was thinking that, her and Alexa Bliss has a story about how Charlotte needs to get her groove back. And the only one that can bring her to the promised land is Alexa Bliss. Because those people hated Charlotte. Charlotte's getting more heat than anybody. And I think that her heat is undeserved at this point. She ain't did nothing to nobody. She ain't did nothing to nobody
She did all
recently.
that to Tiffy,
She's been putting on some
Entitled,
decent
that's what it is,
matches.
She's entitled. That's what it is.
So I like the promo that Ciampa and Gargano cut. At the same time, I didn't care about Chris Sabin and Ciampa fighting each other. Manny, this was one of the few singles matches that we got on this episode of SmackDown.
This is the only singles match
I know it is.
SmackDown. And I fell asleep and woke up somewhere during the middle of a tag match. I went back and watched it, and I was like, I had perfect reason to fall asleep.
Man, it wasn't a bad match. It's
No.
just they have nothing going on, right, Marcus? Like,
Who
they
cares
fought.
about these two? Who cares?
Wait a minute. Hold on, folks. When I hear, I raise my fist. Okay? I raise my fist.
No, you
I
don't.
do.
No, you don't.
Every time.
You know,
Raise the fist.
I used
But,
to think that's not the worst theme music anymore.
Hold on. But I thought they had a really good match, Eric. I agree with you. They had a really good match. I thought Ciampa's promo with Gargano in the back with the chair was old school Ciampa. The only problem was it's distracting because he didn't have the beard, and I was more just looking at his face, going like, "So is that your face?" This is what's been going on after all these years. I can't tell if you look older or younger. I can't tell at this moment. And it just looked like two soccer dads fighting out in the ring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and speaking of soccer dads fighting, it's like two of the bigger soccer dads, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, where Priest was supposed to go talk about what he was going to do. And then, Drew McIntyre saved us from that when we had the security pull apart. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're in a cage. I don't think I care. It ain't the match I would watch Saturday Night Main Event for. I mean, my boy.
Hold on. Are they going for the sweep? Is Drew going to get the sweep? He got to get the sweep,
He
right?
got to get the sweep.
He gonna sweep the series, right? Because there's no reason for Drew to continue this feud when he's 2-0 against Priest in this feud.
I'm just curious if you guys agree with me. I think that the best thing about SmackDown had to be Solo, Jacob, and even JC. I just thought their interaction with each other was quite comical, told stories and things like that. They're doing the slow dissension. Marcus, what do you feel about that?
I don't think it was the best thing on SmackDown, but I did enjoy the hell out of it. It was it's a lot of fun. And you know what? Shout out to Solo for, I'm gonna say, reinventing himself into this bumbling boss instead of trying to be the main boss. Like, he is a buffoon and he plays a buffoon really well, and that he's like a bad sports agent who's really like,
I feel like Santos.
I just signed Jeff Cobb. This ain't gonna make you no money. I don't like you, says Jacob.
And him and Santos kind of doing the exact same thing where no one trusts him.
No, because Santos is a good leader who's throwing out inspirational speeches.
Another inspirational
and trying to inspire people. Solo is out there undermining his top agent, his top talent, and trying to do his catchphrases, trying to do nah mean, and doing it wrong. And I feel like their dynamic is really working. They finally hit a groove with it. But
Manny,
my question for you,
okay, you have a question.
Eric
I have
and
a question
Manny.
for Manny. Okay.
Week 2 of JC Mateo. Same feelings.
No, I thought he was
I
better
don't
this
get
week.
the same feelings. I think I said last week. I think he was thrown into a match when he wasn't ready for a match, so he didn't look like a security guard this week.
Yeah.
I think you, whatever you've seen of Jeff Cobb in the past, I think that's what you got this week. He just didn't look as physically imposing as he has in the past on other shows and stuff.
At least he looked like a wrestler this week. That's the thing that I went for him. I mean, like, he was not wearing all black. He had his wrestling attire. I thought it was a better fit for him. I still don't think there's much money I can make with him, especially when he's standing next to Solo and he's standing next to Jacob. Like, the one thing you can say about Tama and Tonga is that they had presence to be next to these people. I don't think JC has that presence, in my opinion.
But I think he's just too. Oh, go ahead.
No, but like, if you remember when we were talking about the second coming of the Bloodline, and Jacob came in, and everyone was talking about Jacob is more of a star than Solo.
Yeah.
I think having JC there, he's not taking away from Solo and he's not taking away from Jacob. He's kind of just there to take a pin, do whatnot, while the other two are out.
And in essence, it actually enhances him because you see how useless JC is. He'd be like, you know what, Solo? You know, he ain't heard those words for 6 months. You ain't, if somebody told you I loved you for 6 months.
No, he's not useless, but like, I get what Eric's saying. He's not charismatic enough to carry that scene.
Yeah, he's not overshadowing them. I think that's what Eric is saying. Because Eric, let me tell you that JC has got more pin victories than Solo has all year.
I know,
but he got two.
It's funny because their dynamic is very similar to the dynamic of the Secret Hervis, where you have Chelsea who has all the personality, and then Alba and Piper are just kind of there. Where Piper
they got personality.
No, Piper has but Alba really has nothing. But like it all works together.
I thought everybody in the Hervis plays their role right, and that's not the group I thought you were going with. I thought you were going to say the Judgment Day, because that's what I felt like when we get the new bloodline these days. It's kind of that dissension, but leading like it's the Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio role as the current stance right now. But the Hervis, which I want to talk about right now, because Selena Vega was walking back all beat up and hurt, and then she's confronted by Chelsea Green and her Hervis. And they're back there doing silly stuff as Chelsea and they were fighting. But then the fight starts, and I enjoy Piper moving Chelsea in the same thing and just coming back and punching Selena. I don't know why that was the funniest thing to happen all night. Well, and she was like, let me get you out the way, and then wow. And then the Blacks came by to make the save.
The Blacks made the save, and we got a match. I thought my favorite moment was with old women petty stuff that took place. It was when Charlotte is walking backstage looking at her woo, and then Alexa's back there talking about, oh, if you had friends, this would never happen. And she's like, what'd you say? Oh, I'm talking to my dog. And then Alexis just throws so much shade. Oh, I'll see you at Money in the Bank. Oh yeah, I forgot. And I was like, what? Marcus?
Well, she keeps denying her. She needs her, Eric, because the one thing that Charlotte Flair needs right now is Alexa Bliss to make her likable. They need that dynamic. They need a Team Hell No situation. Because I think that's what they're going for. I think Triple H and them are they're sitting around their desks like, how do we stop this heat from Charlotte? Because it's getting ridiculous.
The match between Jacob, JC, Jimmy, and Ray meant absolutely nothing, but it was an okay match. It had no relevance in whatsoever because they're not going for a tag team title at the end of the day.
Oh, I didn't upload it. Go ahead.
I thought LA Knight's promo, I can't stand it. I like his promos, and I just can't stand the person. His promo was good, but I think we all knew he was winning that match. Like,
hold on. This is the how about that dive moment of the week with Jimmy Droz. He shoots the jump shot of Ray Phoenix.
That's like their Jordan. That's their Jordan pick right there.
All of a sudden, Jimmy's just grasping for anybody to be a tag partner at this point. So, shout out to Jimmy.
He need to go home. I kind of wish they would have put Jimmy back instead of JC, but whatever.
Well, when Solo was negotiating with him, you see, you would end up in this situation. Come join me, brother. Come join me.
Manny, you love you some John Cena, and R-Truth went out there and cut a promo about his childhood hero. What did you think about R-Truth's promo? Or are you more amazed by his braids hanging on to whatever hair that he has on his head? I just don't know
you leave that old man alone.
Hey, hold on. To talk about R-Truth, we gotta talk about Jacob too. They both their hair is gone. They almost in school of Mark Henry of hiding it.
R-Truth is 50. I appreciate
53
more.
I thought he was 50.
He wants a riot.
Yeah, I've seen the wins. We riot. Old school.
This is one of the most coherent times we're gonna have R-Truth in the ring.
Yeah.
I gotta beat something because I ain't fighting John Cena, but I'll beat your ass. Get John Cena back. Whatever his promo was. I'm looking forward to their match tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that tonight should be the night John Cena goes too far as Eric digs in his nose on the street.
I was scratching my outside nose. I was not inside the hole, sir.
You're digging in, eating your boogers. But
you're excavating that cave.
I need John Cena to go full heel tonight. I need him and R-Truth to have a
What do you
match.
mean full heel? He killed
Full
the biggest
heel.
baby face in the company.
Manny, he ain't crossed no lines yet. He ain't crossed no lines. I need him to cross the line tonight. I need him to
Murder a
push
black
the
man.
limit by
You need
R-Truth.
him to murder. You need him to murder a black man to fuel your hate.
Absolutely. I think he needs to go too far. Because I think people are still out there cheering Cena. I think he
See,
needs to take out.
I thought WWE went heel on you this week, Marcus,
Why is that?
because SmackDown was sponsored by.
We didn't get that commercial here.
SmackDown was sponsored by Arby's.
We all
You know
they
what?
go,
Arby's
"Oh,
logo
man."
looked like a penis that just ain't erect. Just say a little tiny penis. And that's all they serve you.
Condom, like a used condom that tossed to the side.
Yeah.
You guys are filthy. But you know,
You don't
guys,
see that?
You guys are talking about how black people being held down. Except there's one person
I
in the
didn't
world
say
that's
anything
not
about
holding
black
down.
people being held
I
down.
said anything about the black man being held down.
Well, there's one person one white man that's uplifting black people, and that's the Miz. Miz had an opportunity to compete in Money in the Bank, but he let Melo know that he did it for him and Dre. I will point out that they might be my favorite dynamic in wrestling for whatever stupid reason. It actually gives Melo purpose.
I
Yeah, but
feel
the
like
Dre is the
Melo
only thing that makes it.
he's bringing out stuff in Melo that Melo wouldn't have if by himself.
Yeah. It's somehow a good mix. I didn't think that would work or last, but it's working out. It's working out.
Also, Nick Aldis is petty, Manny, and I agree with you. The fact that he went and put Solo Jacob in that match right in front of everybody else, he could have sent that in the email. He was causing dissension between them.
Well-
So now we both could be in.
Well, Wade was throwing this man under the bus on commentary in the main event, where it's like Fraction didn't beat the Street Profits. They beat down beat down Street Profits that Nick Aldis put
But they
them in a match.
did. They did. And you know, Wade's the heel commentator. He should not be defending. Well, I think the Street Fighters might be heel. I'm not sure.
Oh no, I
But-
thought the most well thing done on SmackDown though, honestly, was Bianca's Belair's package. I love the aesthetic they
She
put her in
dresses
all
up.
white. I love the
a swan.
music, and I was like, she is evil. This is an evil lady right here. She got this baby face. She's gonna be so evil when she gets back, especially when she shows up in her hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee. I was like, this
can't
was so,
do that to the black children she inspires. She can't. They can't do this.
man. They
Oh,
booed
white
her.
Man,
They
he fucked
booed
the
her.
kids. Y'all chose Rhea Ripley over me. Shit.
Here to a new
Oh.
beginning.
So I already see the return of Bianca come back in evil, like you said, Eric. I felt the dark side. There's a
you
sibling
think-
in the dark side of the force,
Do
and I
you
feel
think-
she's going to interfere
And that's
in
your
the
gonna
third
cost
match.
Jade.
triple threat match.
I think she's going to cost Jade.
Yeah.
Oh
She's
yeah,
gonna
I
silence
think
Naomi, and Naomi's going to get in that ladder match, and it starts the feud between Bianca and Jade, which was going to take us all the way prior to SummerSlam.
I think that's appropriate for that situation. The main event, let me just point out, as I said earlier in the show, that the Street Motor City Machine Guns don't gonna have the worst music. Fraxium music, whatever generic rock, emo rock that
I like
was,
that.
I didn't like it.
that.
I did not like
What are you
it.
talking about? That was a good song. That was
I rather-
actually the best theme song they have put out in a long time.
I'd rather pump my fist. And then I do not like
Wait.
the Street Profits music. I stand by that. I want to go back to the
skipped the
old
match.
music. The match was what it was, but Manny,
No, you skipped the match.
You skipped the match.
what? What I
You skipped
skip?
your boy Malachi or Alistair and Shinsuke
I
and
had
LA
mentioned
Knight.
I had mentioned the LA Knight one. That's all that needed to be said.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't do Shinsuke like that.
Don't do Alistair just came back and you doing him like that.
Don't do Shinsuke like
As
that.
LA
man.
Knight said in his promo, they doing that creepy, spooky, ooky bullshit. It don't matter. Like, pretty much Nakamura and Shinsuke Nakamura and Alistair were the same character in this match, just from different parts of the world.
Yeah, but I'd also like to add that these three people are all in the same spot, and that neither one of them are going to the world title, and they may never get to the mid-card title again.
Exactly.
That's where we're at right now. Because I can't see none of them beating Jacob as it currently stands, and I can't see none of them becoming world champion.
So Manny,
Oh.
Manny, when you saw Candice LeRae
Joe Biden.
and DIY come down to the ring did you even think about the Wyattsicks coming out because they needed a woman out there for Nikki Cross? Did that even cross your mind? I know it was Bray Wyatt's
but then
birthday.
This ruined a very good tag match.
They did?
Speak on it, Manny.
When they actually came out. See, that something happened this week. I enjoyed a triple threat match that was on NXT,
Oh.
and then I enjoyed a tag match that happened on SmackDown. Yes, you'd be shocked. And then this happened. What are they meant to be, faces? Because they took out everyone in this. Are they faces? Are they heels? I don't give a fuck. They should have all been fired. All of them. I don't give a fuck. Who cares about Bray Wyatt now?
They blew the cake out, man. That was a nice touch for me. I thought it was touching.
I don't give a damn. They should have blew the fire out on all of these people.
Manny,
what?
I know Manny. Your hate is blind to you, because I too share your sentiments. They ruined a terrific tag match that I was invested in, and I didn't know where it was going, and I was like, hell yeah. Because you know what? What I'm learning about Triple H and his booking is that the Street Profits can't make any type of major show. They can only main event SmackDown's the highest they can go. So they are the gates of agony of SmackDown. That's what I'm saying.
They win, Marcus. The gates of agony don't win.
Put on them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, on the equivalent that they can't get on pay-per-views or even a Saturday night main event.
I know, but
I'm just saying.
You dare put that on them.
I'm putting it on them.
No,
and
they're better than that. They're better than that.
Like you said, I agree. This was a terrific tag team match. I liked that they gave it time. I was invested, and I was like, how is this going to end? And I thought it was leading to the Street Profits to break up because Montez did that flip to the outside for no reason. That fight had nothing to do with him. Dawkins is screaming, Tez, where you at? And you see Tez laid out over there, and then Tez makes the tag. And you thinking they're teasing the breakup, and it's going to cost them the match. It's the end of the Street Profits, and they're going to lose their titles. And then the lights go out, and the Wyattsicks come out. And Manny, I 100% agree with you. And then it happened. The Wyattsicks reaction. You can't get rid of that.
Dude, they had the biggest pop of the night.
They had the biggest pop of the night. Everybody loved them. Everybody was happy to see it, and it was thrilled. They got this is awesome chance for doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. They ruined a beautiful tag match.
Marcus, I think we need to stop. Look at Manny's body language. He's about to cut somebody.
But Manny needs to understand this. You can't give away anybody that gets that reaction.
Mark, let Manny talk.
I'm looking into the future. And whenever these guys get into a program, you know, all these names that are in the Wyattsicks, they can't carry a match. They can't do anything. It's gonna be dull. It's gonna be trash.
They all look pretty good.
Sam Shaw look good.
Sam Shaw look good. Joe Gacy out there. Joe Gacy did that flipping clothesline, man.
Shante even said, "Oh, look at that flip."
I was like, "Look at Joe Gacy."
If you disappeared and turned up on the show, you'd look amazing too.
Thank you, man.
I look like shit. I come back looking like Sheamus, but twice as bad. Damn, what happened?
He was already looking that great. He was looking that great. Looking a little slow, but whatever.
Who?
Yeah, watch when they do a spooky program and it doesn't play off on the PLE. Everyone's gonna be disappointed again.
Manny, thank you.
Try and claim this is awesome. I'll be like, I told you so.
As the opening show said, that this is a busy weekend for wrestling fans. Let's start off with Saturday Night Main Event tonight that takes place.
What are your thoughts on SmackDown? What's your final? SmackDown
was there. I don't think it did it. I mean, I enjoyed more of the theatrical stuff, but I was upset that I didn't get a finish of the tag match. I mean, the Wyattsicks coming back. Yeah, it's a wow factor, but I kind of wanted to finish to that match. Outside everything else was kind of predictable in so many ways. Yeah, it was SmackDown.
I got SmackDown being the best show of the week, and I haven't said that in a long time. It's
probably
the best SmackDown that did not feature Roman, Cody, or John Cena ever.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. I don't think it's the best show of the week. I think it's average. Like, it was a good show, but because of the way that main event ended, I disliked it.
To the credit, it flowed well. I give him that credit. But I don't know if it did.
There were too many of the same match.
I don't know if it did anything to help promote Saturday Night Main Event, which we're going to talk about right now. Just go out and give our winners. We have the United States Championship match, Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. I think we all hope Chelsea get a title back, right?
Yeah, I hope Chelsea gets a title back.
I pledge allegiance to Chelsea Green.
although Julia needs a title shot. She pinned the champion.
Yes, she did pin the champion, but come on. I didn't like that Selena Vega got her ass beat and it was in the back all beat up, and then later came out in the to interfere or whatever later. And I was like, yeah, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, you got to remember the powers of ice.
Then we have the steel cage match of Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. There are reports circulating on the internet that Drew McIntyre may be working banged up this match. So unfortunately, Marcus, I don't think Drew might get the trifecta. Damian Priest might get the win. If
what does this prove? What does this prove? You finished the series 2-1. This is what?
Betty, I was going to ask Marcus this question, but may I ask you the question?
No, I want to ask Manny the question.
If Damian Priest wins this match, does it give him any type of momentum, or is he still in the same spot that he is, just a man that got a street named after himself in New York? That was to you, Manny.
Oh. I don't think you get momentum when Drew's already gone out there and said he's beaten him twice. What's the third time gonna do? It ain't gonna add a notch to Drew. It ain't gonna add a notch to Damian.
Manny, I'm gonna ask you this question. And you know what? This is not a personal shot. This is respect.
It sounds like
it's respect. And I know we've been harsh on you with the Wyattsicks and Thea Hell being back and you cheering the Don. I know we're in a rough week for you.
I am not cheering the Don.
I don't know, Betty. You say a lot of positive things about the Don.
You said a lot of things.
I let it slide last week. I let it slide, but I don't know, Manny.
Stacks is my boy.
You may argue that's the most important match to you this week is the Don versus Stacks.
Because I want the Don to lose everything.
But Manny, I'm going to ask you this. It's the Damian Priest Drew McIntyre series. The Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, Marcus, why you gotta do that to the boy? Why you gotta do that to the boy, Marcus?
I had to bring it up to the man. The Knicks are now 2-0, just like Damian Priest, who is also from New York.
It's fine.
And again,
it's fine if you've got three favorite teams there, Marcus. That just doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. It means you're not loyal. It's about your character. You're not loyal. You're not loyal. You can't be trusted.
So Marcus, what he's saying
claimed to be trustworthy or loyal.
Marcus, what he's saying is that you have an opportunity to talk shit to multiple people because you got multiple teams. Unlike Manny, if the Knicks lose, he's out. You have not been out because you had all these other teams to cheer on.
No, but I know I'm out. The team I'm backing, the horse I'm backing was the Los Angeles Clippers. We are out. But that does not take it away that I would like to see my Indiana Pacers win the game. See? What? I've been cheering the Pacers my whole life. We want me to turn my back on them?
It doesn't matter. It means that since however long you've been cheering multiple teams, means you're not unloyal and untrustworthy.
Yeah, it means that you know what? It means I love basketball. Okay,
no, it means you dick ride the fence is what I'm saying.
Wow, damn, a dick ride comment.
I know dick ride the fence, and I don't know the physics of that, but all right.
But
just sounds dangerous.
I'm picking the Pacers. But we'll see if New York got some grit when they go to Indiana to the field house.
I don't think they got anything left.
The Knicks are done.
The
Knicks needed that first win for momentum. They ain't got no momentum anymore.
So speaking of momentum,
put his foot in their ass in that first game.
In this match tonight, CM Punk and Sami Zayn going against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. The Sami turn on Punk.
Yes, please.
Marcus, what say you?
I want to hear from Darth Sidious. Yes, please. Let the hate flow through you.
I want that. I want Sami to finally turn heel, change up his character, and then turn up to Raw next Monday with a full-on tan. I want him as dark as me.
Wow. Marcus, how do you follow that? I don't think you can. I should just
I don't have a better take because I don't have that much emotion into this match that I can.
There's no emotion there.
Okay, Mark, well, I asked you about this main event for the World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul.
Can I go pass?
I need Jey Uso to win because I don't want Logan Paul next to that title at all. But that's just
I think Logan Paul has to win the title.
Oh, Marcus. Why?
I think he has to win the title, man. I think that, you know what? I mean, I don't like speaking for other people, but I do a lot.
A true statement has never been made.
It's a 100% true statement. It's not the truest statement in the world. Not truest statement in the world. But I think the WWE will be better off as Logan Paul as your world champion than Jey Uso. Jey Uso is doing nothing for me as champion. Yes, they got the yeet and the people love him, but I would like to see this guy chase the title and never get it again. Logan Paul is a public face. You can put him out there. Good old-fashioned white man. You can put him out there with that title. Kill the belt.
Is Jey
It's too
Uso
controversial to hold the belt though? I think he's only going to hold the belt for a couple of weeks. I think that, and then have Gunther
Who, Logan
beat
or
the shit-
Jay?
Logan. Have Logan win.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind that. I don't mind what you've just projected, and then have Gunther beat the shit out of him.
have you
and then
guys
lose it to
turned
Lois
on Jay? You guys don't believe in Jay no more?
First of all, I never believed in Jay's wrestling ability.
Yeah, I don't like
I
Jay as
think
a wrestler.
Jay as a personality and a character and someone that can touch 100. Jay's one of the best actors in all of WWE. Don't make you the best champion.
I hope Jay retained just to spit on you guys. And then
It's not gonna hurt me.
then the main event.
It's not like Dick riding the fence. It ain't gonna hurt me.
No Diddy. We got John Cena against
Diddy ain't
R-Truth.
got that in his charges yet.
I just expect this match to be fun. That's all I expect. I just
Which
expect R-Truth versus John Cena. I just expect it to be fun.
I expect it to be a slog, and I'm gonna be disappointed if John Cena don't kill him. I've never rooted for a white man to kill a black man as much as I wanted to see tonight on national television, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
All right, so then AEW, they have their stack card.
Can we just talk about like the 3 big matches on the show and not talk about Orange
You don't care about the
Cassidy
trios
versus
match, Marcus?
Trent Beretta or some
You don't
shit?
care about the
I don't
trios
know what
match?
they got on there. Who's in this trios match again?
Paragon against the Doc House family?
Who?
That's
the Paragon, the Adam Cole group.
yeah. They call Paragon that.
When did they start being called the Paragon?
Manny, don't worry about
It's
it.
been weeks. It's been weeks, Manny.
It's been weeks.
They stopped going by they stopped going by the Paragon.
Manny, they should be unemployed also.
I thought
Can
the
I
Don
tell you-
Callis family was feuding with Will Ospreay.
Kinda. Can I tell you, there's no one colder than Adam Cole and his boys.
Marcus,
Like they were the hottest act in NXT. Adam Cole, when he came over to AEW, was one of the hottest acts in the world. Things changed over time, and it just seems like they're just there. And I think that Tony, if I were you, I would cut all my losses and just let them go. Just let them all go.
I also
and,
think that
and,
he
but
doesn't
Hunter,
fire
don't you
people.
dare try to sign them. It's over. It's
I think
over.
Josh Alexander is also. I just don't think it works either. I don't like this match
He's
is
one
just
of the
so like
concepts.
these guys should all be singles wrestlers. Why are they fighting trios matches? Like it
Because
just.
there's no room for them in the in singles division.
But Betty, Adam Cole's the TNT champion. Shout out to Darby for not dying.
and when has the TNT title been relevant?
I don't know.
Let me ask you that.
Last
Not
time the
since
TNT,
Miro.
I was gonna give it to no, Orange Cassidy didn't have the TNT title. He had the international. Yeah, you're right. Miro.
I know Marcus matches. He's all into this one, Marcus. FTR versus Nigel and Daniel Garcia. I know you want that.
You know what? To me, I always enjoy watching Nigel wrestle. It's nice, but teaming with Danny Garcia, this is not it. And this is why we're covering Battleground.
Okay, can I give you guys this or that? This or that. Okay, ready for this one?
Okay.
Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre in the cage. Ricochet, Mark Briscoe in the stretcher match.
The cage.
Cage.
Wow, no
Cage.
hesitation.
Cage,
Okay.
come on.
Okay.
That's not a this or that. I feel like at least there's purpose behind Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. They're involved in the storyline. Ricochet just goes for the villain of the week. But he is the villain of the week and keeps progressing.
because
He's probably
this
going to use the
doesn't-
scissors.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense anyway because this has come off Mark Briscoe making the save of Zach Gowen last week. And then from one episode of Collision that we didn't watch or cover, this turns into a stretcher match and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yep.
It seems
It's
like they need a
escalated
gimmick.
too far.
And I would like to also say I hate stretcher and ambulance matches. I don't know if I've ever seen a good one.
I feel like this match could have main evented Dynamite instead of being on his card. So I'm not very familiar. I don't.
be disappointed if
No,
that
this should have made it this Sunday Night Heat.
I don't know Speedball that well, but will Speedball and Okada have a good match with each other for this title? Like,
You know, Speedball was. Your wife loved his feet. Come on.
I mean, yeah, but that was more so because he was wrestling without shoes on.
He's always wrestling without shoes on.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is he talented in the ring? Like, can him and Okada
You've
have
seen him. He is talented in the ring. Like,
seen
him
him
and Okada
wrestle
can have a fine match. But let me tell you this, brother.
So wait, is Barefoot Mike Bailey the same as Barefoot Charlotte to me and Marcus to your wife?
Well,
possibly.
Since Charlotte is like 7, yeah. But Charlotte is like towers over him. I think her bare feet can hurt Mike Bailey's bare feet.
I think she got bigger
kick
feet
those
than Mike
shiny
Bailey.
teeth. But with that being said, I think they have a solid match, but I don't believe this is built up to be pay-per-view quality. Not worth me paying for.
No, is that also not built the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas? I just like watching Dustin cut his promo. And to Dustin's credit, his promo was fine. But look at that goofy ass Sammy Guevara in the back of his stupid suit. I was like, I can't take you guys serious, and I hope they hurt you. I do. I do.
I hope you burn it down. What the fuck?
So I was on Twitter, and then no, not Twitter, Instagram, and then this Instagram account called Sitting in Gorilla mentioned that this MJF storyline of trying to be in the Hurt business or Hurt Syndicate had gone on for 10 weeks. And then I was like, 10 weeks? And I just sat there and pondered, and was like, I need to do better things in my life.
I can see Manny dying inside.
I need to make better life choices. If that went on for 10 weeks.
Can I tell you something? This I would say they had maybe one good week of all of this. Of the 10 weeks, they're 1 for 10 for all the weeks that they had together.
That was only the week where you were like, I wonder who MJF's
I
gonna hurt.
just
Yeah,
didn't
that was my
understand.
own speculation. That was me hyping myself up, saying this could go somewhere. But I have never seen MJF might be in the category of Jericho as career killer.
Yeah.
If you think about all the storylines he go through and with people, at the end of the day, no one comes out better from it. And I think the Hurt Business was doing fine and dandy by themselves until MJF started the storyline.
After Bobby said no twice, it should have been it. We should have moved on.
Marcus, you just said moments ago that what were they called? The Paragon, maybe the coldest people in wrestling. Shouldn't MJF be in that category? I don't think he's done anything since he's come back. He's kind of been dull.
Dude, you know what? Maybe in 2 weeks we could do a whole segment of who's hot and who's cold in wrestling. Maybe we should start doing that. The hot and cold meter.
The hot and cold with the Sharpshooters. I think that could just be a weekly bit.
Can I tell you who's cold right now? I'm sick of the Anarchy in an arena match. I don't need it. I didn't need it every year. It's kind of like Money in the Bank. I don't think it solves anything, and especially because this iteration of this Anarchy in the arena, it was no built up. It was just like all these people just came, waited for Swerve to jump on them, and then it's like Anarchy in an arena. At least the previous ones you had story.
Can I cut you off? Yeah, can I cut you off? Yeah, but I want to cut you off. It wasn't just out of nowhere these people fought. There were some little storylines here and there, but it didn't get it on until Gabe Kidd randomly showed up, and he has nothing to do with any of this. And now he's holding the briefcase.
Yeah, he's not even in the match.
He's in the match.
No, according to the poster I'm looking at, it's Ambrose, the Bucks.
Ambrose?
I'm sorry, Moxley. The Mutt, Willer Yuta, Cesaro, and Roderick Strome's wife, Marina Shafir. Going against Shibata, Joe, Hobbs.
Doing appearing on Dynamite then?
I don't know.
Why is he carrying the briefcase if he's not in the match?
Well, because
I'm sure he's in the match, and I'm sure that you may be looking at an old graphic.
Okay.
It has to be an old graphic. There's no way.
No. Even on the Wikipedia for this, he's not listed in the match.
Yeah, he's not in the match. He was just there for no reason. Then we have so. My question for you guys: we have Mina going against Tony.
I just can't.
And we got Mercedes going against Jamie. Which match do you think is going to be better?
Oh, Mercedes and Hayter.
Wow, you said that quickly with your chest.
Yeah,
Manny, what about you?
I think that's going to be great.
No, that match is going to be really good. I think they're going to I think both the Owen Hart finals are going to be really, really good.
Oh, what was the other match you compared to? I thought you were comparing.
It was
to
Tony
I did
Storm
not
versus-
listen to you.
It was Tony versus Mina.
Yeah, I don't
thought,
think
Because
Mina's
Manny brought the other one. I was like, did I hear the question wrong? Because I was going to say Osprey.
No. Yeah, I don't think Mina. I don't think Tony and Mina. That's been done before. I don't think it was good the first time. I don't think it's been good the third time it's happened.
So my question for you guys: the match between Will Ospreay versus Hangman. Are we going to get too much? I mean, they did. Will Ospreay politicked his way into the main event. You know, he said Anarchy normally does it, but we're going to be the main event. Is it going to be too much, or do you think they're going to have a sensible wrestling match that is going to be really good?
Come on now, Eric.
I know, Manny. I know.
Come on, Eric. Don't be asking some silly questions. If we're Osprey match, you're going to get 10,000 things in one go.
But who do you think is winning the match?
Will.
I think it's Will.
See, I wanted to go Will. I think Will should win the match. I think he's the better fit. I think him and Moxley is the better matchup for the show. And I think because you crown his ass at All In. I think you crown him. However, I think this is Hangman's last shot to be relevant.
No, Marcus.
I think if he beats Will Ospreay and he's the one, a day one guy, like Justin said, day one, we were here day one. If he does it, I think it would mean more if he beats Mox.
But Marcus, if we go through the history books of AEW, and I think if we go way back, because we even did it in when I mentioned the 6-year anniversary of Double or Nothing, Hangman has won these title shots so many different times and has not cashed it in. I just can't see him getting it again. I think it's time. We have kept Ospreay away from Moxley long enough. The title needs to leave Moxley. And I think if you paying Ospreay all that money, he's suffering by traveling on those private jets, that he
coming
needs
into
to
work
be
tired, just a little tired.
Just a little bit
You
tired.
don't sleep on that plane?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I fly on Tuesday and I wake up Wednesday. Feel sorry for you.
You're just tired.
So sorry, not
So
that I gotta
sorry.
go wake up and go work graveyard casino every day. No,
Yeah.
not that.
I
Not that I
pity the
gotta go
fool.
punch numbers in Excel. Not that I gotta go listen to criminals, but I'm on a private
It's
jet.
criminals.
I'm on a private jet.
Some of those
And-
people are not
Bro, I
guilty.
work
Eric.
one day a week to get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, Marcus. And then some days you hop on that flight and you don't even wrestle. Like you
just come up
flew
and
just to
talk
have a
and drink a
talking
beer.
segment.
He
That's what
talked
you
and
did.
drank a beer this week.
I mean, personally for me, I would have gave Ospreay a strike for his hair. Did not like his hair at all.
Did not, I know.
I was
he
like-
looked like a really buff lesbian.
But then the sad part about it, then you look at Adam Page and he's like, I don't like your hair either. I was like, damn.
I agree, but I'm saying, I know I'm wrong. And you guys are right with the Will Ospreay should win this match. But I think, you know what? Fuck it. Give it to Hangman. The man has put in some work in his character, into his story. He's been a much better performer this past year than he has in many years. And I think this is the time. He was the guy you were going to build your company around. Even Fiasco knows she came for the conversation. That
she keep up in my chair.
this should happen. She's about to commit another crime.
Let me tell you this though. I know you guys are not used to this being said. I thought Jamie and Mercedes did a very good job with their segment. Promoting their match.
No.
It was cringingly bad that I was like, you know what? Here we go. Because it's what
Nice
you
to see
get.
Mercedes in front of an audience. Yeah, we were making fun of crop top that she kept adjusting her crop top. Why would you wear a crop top if you was gonna keep adjusting it, Jamie Hayter? Why did you just wear a real sweater? Like you chose.
Damn, Marcus. I didn't know that you was that passionate about fashion.
I am not passionate about fashion, but if people are uncomfortable in what they're wearing, don't wear it. Just wear a real sweater. It was distracting that she kept adjusting. Like, I don't want nobody to see any midriff here. Or anything,
let's
or
talk
my
about,
belly button.
in my opinion,
1965.
Eric, as a big man, if Marcus is on fire, are you going to adjust your shirt before you're going to save him?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to try. I'm going to spit on him. I'm going to spit on him. I'm going to put the fire out. I'm going to put the fire out. Go put the fire out.
You're going to put your shirt down. You know it.
No. Well, maybe I will take my shirt down and try to beat him with it.
So many things adjust the shirt. I'm saying the black man adjust the pants mean it's time for business. I'm just saying. When you adjust your pants, that's
Manny,
what it is in America. It's
Manny,
adjusting your pants.
If you are in the hood, and you know how you said you have the black Air Force Ones as a sign that is danger. When you see somebody adjust their waistband, pull it up in the back, they mean that they about to swing on you because they want the best that they can get for you. Because
they don't want their pants to fall. They don't want their butthole to fall out.
Yeah. The life. But let's talk about the one must-watch show I think of the week. And I know
the one.
I think of all the shows. I think we have been completely honest. If there was one show that we've always been positive about, for the most part, it's NXT. I would arguably say that the Sharpshooters show is an NXT fan favorite show. We really like us some NXT for all whatever reasons. And this card has got everything. I don't need the 6-man tag, and I don't even think I should mention it. Shouldn't mention it. This is probably a strike that we should give. Hank and Take and Josh Briggs against the Coley. We just don't.
Hey,
it has to be there.
Josh Briggs misses in the Mora.
Yeah.
Josh Briggs is trash. He needs to go.
But
can we recast Josh Briggs in Silo and just get this over with?
But the greatest thing about that though was when Sean Spears was pointing out, you just miss him. I have your other partner too. Like, I didn't like Sean Spears giving the man his history of him run away his partner.
I like Sean Spears pointing out the obvious. He's a cancer when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, he's the worst tag team partner in the history of wrestling. Also, can I ask something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know contract statuses here, and I don't know when they're up. But if possible, let's say contracts is up. Do you think WWE will be petty and debut Mariah May on the day that AEW does Double or Nothing?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, because
do you think that's how you start your show?
The one thing I told Shantae is that all wrestling fans watch all wrestling, so it doesn't matter. So they know who it is. They be like, "Oh shit, it's Mariah May."
That's not true, Eric. I don't see you watching the Women of Wrestling.
I don't watch
Pro Wrestling. Manny don't watch Progress, and I haven't touched NWA in a long time. And New Japan is basically just a foreign show that I don't even recognize people anymore.
I'll put it this way: most AEW people who watch AEW wrestling watch WWE product also. Is that better?
But they want to admit it. They want to admit it.
They want to admit it. Match that I think is still a night. Although Kalani got less personality than her boyfriend Mello. But your Nubian Princess, Marcus, Soul Roku versus Kalani for the North American title. I think this is going to be some black excellence at its best right here. This is going to be a good match right here.
I can't believe you called it that.
I
can't believe you went that far.
I did.
I can't believe you did that. Are you serious with that one?
Hold on. I don't expect that from him. I expect that from you.
Hold on, Manny. Let me finish my statement. I can't believe you said that, Eric. I can't believe you said that. To even think it's going to be black excellence, not just assume it's going to be black excellence. This is going to be just like going to a Beyonce or a Kendrick Lamar concert. This is black and excellence at its finest. And I think this might steal the weekend in athleticism and talent, but I also think Zarya is going to finally turn on Soul Ruka Black ass because you can never trust her. You got to realize, because Zarya sold me one thing in the back. She is no N-word lover.
I mean, the thing about this, though, like, you know how I did the Mariah May and, I did the Toni Storm and her Mina song against in that match. When you do Stephanie and Jordan versus Soul Ruka and Kalani Jordan, I really don't know who will have the better match. I think it will be Soul Ruka and Kalani Jordan. I do. Because I don't think Jordan can go as well. Like, I don't know. It's a different match. I just don't know.
I don't know, man. Jordan's been botchy recently.
Yeah, she's been very botchy.
No, hold on. She hasn't really been botchy. That was that one move that happened. The other move actually worked out. They said she dropped on her head twice, but the move works like that. That's the way the move looks. It looks like you knocked him out. She hasn't hurt Julia. Julia's fine.
And let's not forget about that suicide dive. That
was one tope suicida where her foot caught the rope. But I think her and Stephanie.
Her name's too hard to spell. Stop defending her.
Jordan Grace?
Yeah, spell it correctly. Jordan.
No, hold on. Jordanne.
No, you spelled it wrong. There's no A in there.
No, there's no A.
No. Let me also point out though. Shout out to
Dark
State doing the cipher, talking about
Alabama or something.
I appreciate Dark State and they cipher, but they not on Battleground, but they did they cipher. Point out, yeah, this is my boy Dialytics. I know Manny almost threw up in his mouth because I know he can't stand Dialytics.
I like DL. He talk hard, man.
He talk hard.
I ain't never seen no beige range like this in my life, right?
There's only one person in Dark State I don't like, and believe it or not, it's not Cutler James. It's the dude with the braids. I hate him.
Now Cutler's in the last place after
you
this
don't
week
like
in the
Saquon.
promos.
No.
he
Shaquan
said he
Sugars,
does-
Manny, no matter what he
he
says
likes
or what he's
everybody
doing,
but the other guy.
his name, his name gets him right up there.
So do you
Shaquan
think tonight
Sugars.
that they Trick Williams summoned them to kill Joe Hendry and take the TNA title?
That could be possible.
And then Worlds Collide can now add TNA to their AAA thing?
Let's just be real. Trick was whack. He don't even deserve to beat Joe Hendry after that poor ass performance that he did on NXT.
That was a bad rap. And
That
he
was a bad
stumbling
rap,
and rumbling
man.
and
That was just bad. I mean, Melo's bitch. You right. But does Joe drop the title? He could.
I think that's best for business.
But let me tell you about my boy though.
What
Miles
closes the
Bourne.
show? What's closing the show for you? Is it Jordan and Stephanie or
No, what's closing the show for us is Tony D and Stacks. I'm talking about that one last. talking about that one
I
last.
wondered why.
I thought we were going to Oba and
No, we are going
wonder.
over right now. Over
And
with Miles
Bourne.
Bourne. Let me point out, I really like what they did with Miles Bourne. They're trying not to, go off of, the sympathy and stuff like that. He's looking like a viable contender. He stands and he looks good against Oba. I'm not sure I like Jasper Troy making his impact. I mean, is that his name, Jasper Troy?
You got it right.
Yeah.
For once
I don't know
in
if
your life.
I don't like him making his impact. Also, shout out to Ava for getting control of her fucking house.
No.
Yeah.
This is a workplace. She's here to do business.
She
here to
was
do
dressed like she
business.
was going to the club.
She had that sheer top on and had her knees out. She's out of her damn mind. That was too much. Cover up, Ava.
We're not getting a
Doing
house.
business.
They set up the house to make it like, oh, I make the matches. They already made the match. I make the matches around here. All you had to do was say yes, Ava.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid woman.
Heck, what do you think of the AEW? They didn't have room on them for AEW Double or Nothing, so they're on NXT Battleground. Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints.
I don't know. Wait, is that on the card? No, it's
for the North American title.
No,
really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
they
think
added
that was
that.
a Battleground, right? That's what they signed the
No, I
contract
don't
for,
have-
right?
That's for NXT.
It's NXT, Marcus.
Oh, really? That's TV?
It's on
I thought that was
Tuesday.
for Battleground. Oh,
No, it's on Tuesday. Can't have that much
shit.
blackness, man.
AEW's a blacker show.
Does Oba drop the title? I don't think he does, but does
For
he?
Miles?
I can't.
Damn, man. Tell us
Man
how
hit
you
him with a
really feel.
Miles. Not to Miles. That made me second guess my whole life decision of ever dealing with somebody named Miles.
Because he's giving Stephanie Vakir the business does not mean he should
Oh.
be the NXT champion.
Man, that's why you want him to lose, huh? That's why you want him to lose.
I don't want to lose. Oba's my boy. And he's been my boy since he's came out there strutting. Dun, 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 dun.
Later, Fiasco. But Mark, did you like your boy Jasper Troy making that impact though? I mean, he ain't gonna be seen for weeks now.
Hopefully Ava goes, oh, we suspended Jasper Troy and we never actually see him again. Tyron May still in 2 weeks or so, you're gonna make your debut. I don't think that's gonna happen either.
Ava, I'm
Something
gonna make
neither
an
of them
impact
already.
today.
Yeah, let me ask you something, X. Did we cover the whole card already?
No. We haven't talked about the main event.
I thought the main event was for the NXT title were
No, Mark,
Stephanie.
it is Tony D versus Stacks. Stacks gotta get up into that ass, right, Manny?
Stacks needs to defeat him. And also, I'm concerned. Where the fuck is Rizzo? Did he make it into the safe house? Where's the other? Where's the lawyer? Where's the lawyer? The cinematics for this are more than enough to make this match of the month.
I didn't think I would say this. In this feud, you can argue that Stacks is a bigger star. And I believe this man been Will Ospreay pro that said that AEW is right on the heels of WWE. But let me tell you something, brother. I don't know if y'all have anybody right now as charismatic as Stacks. Stacks is the Bob Ball. Stacks is killing it in this role.
I don't even need it to be charismatic. I don't think there's anyone in AEW that's gripping me to a storyline quite like Stacks is. This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. This
is old school 1990s new generation WWE type of storyline. And that I'm fucking enjoying the hell out of this. This is involving the mafia. People are disappearing and dying. I'm assuming Rizzo makes her return tonight and maybe help Stacks.
Possibly.
No, I think she's helping Tony D.
I don't know.
Why?
We don't know.
We don't know what happened at the safe house. Maybe Stacks got to her. Maybe that's how she found the state. He found the safe house. It's because Rizzo was like, "Yeah, I'm down the street." This motherfucker talk about he gonna make me safe and put me in a Motel 6.
Rizzo didn't turn off her Find My Friend.
I can agree with you. I can see Lucas siding with Stack. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on. It's like because we all can agree when Tony D loses this match, he's done. What can you do with Tony D after this?
So you got Tony losing.
You writ him off.
Stacks is a better mob boss.
Stacks, I don't even know if it's my boss, but I think Stacks can survive the gimmick.
Yeah.
I think Tony D is stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tony D can come out of this.
I mean, only thing you can do is maybe make Tony D make pizza after what he's a pizzeria guy. That he's the pizza man.
No, there's only one pizza man in wrestling, and that's that guy. I can't remember his Luigi something that does that.
Yeah,
shit.
Luigi Primo. Who's been canceled because people mixed up his background.
Ouch, stop. You put the claws in my thighs. Yeah, but I think Battleground's going to be so much fun. Ouch, no, you going to scratch me again, cat. Be attacked. But she going to go trial. I'm not going to represent you.
Going on Diddy. I heard your cat try to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
I hear people mad that Cudi was snitching.
I mean, if you blew up my car, you fucking up my life, man. You covered in baby oil, man. I'm calling him. I am testifying against you. Fuck that. There's limits to them snitches get snitches, and I think Kid Cudi went to the goddamn limit. It's ridiculous what they put him through. He had no reason to be involved in it. The man already has mental issues. You listen to his music, the man is one bullet away. He just spins it and shoots. He plays Russian roulette with himself, and you know it.
I ain't never heard a trial by somebody, and I swear to God, the jury come back and be like, not guilty. I'd be like, damn, who did he pay off?
Could be anybody. But are we done with the wrestling?
That is but Marcus. I think that it's gonna be a jam-packed starting with Saturday Night Main Event, but I think Marcus is ready to talk about spoilers. Everybody get your ties ready. Marcus, put the graphic up. We're here at the hour and a half mark.
Show! God damn it!
I'm tired of the both of you when you do shit like this.
I'll put the graphic.
Before we do this review, the following review is sponsored by Arby's. If you want wet condoms in your sandwich, go to Arby's because that's what the food tastes like.
They got the.
They may never be sponsored by us again. Now, Eric, tell us how you flew that plane.
I flew it. It's so. Everybody,
the gun.
If you have not seen Final Reckoning or if you have not seen Mission Impossible, this will probably be a good time to stop. Listen to the podcast or watching the live stream because we're going to have spoilers and I have issues and I'm coming in hot right away. Since we're going to talk about the plane scene. The dude,
the ending?
What was
the
Tom's
end of the
plan?
movie.
What was Tom's plan when he knocked the dude out?
To take over the plane and fly that motherfucker, Eric. What are you talking about?
My biggest complaint about the entire movie is Gabriel was such a waste of a villain. I don't know what Gabriel's plan was. And the way that he dies.
He wanted the entity to control the world. He takes over the world to control the entity. Because the entity, Eric, is similar to what AI is doing now. It's showing people fictional images of things that happen and not happening. If Gabriel was able to control the entity, but he would be in charge of the entire world.
Yeah, but Marcus, his thing.
But at what cost, Gabriel? At what cost?
But the device, what was the device that Tom got when he died from the umpteenth time in that movie?
The rabbit's foot, kind of the key. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Gabriel had the rabbit's foot, but the source code. Because when they were doing the flight and the thing, and Gabriel was like, "It will always come to me." But I'm like, it may come to you, but you ain't doing nothing to get it. Get it, damn it.
I need. You're talking about the plane. I have one thing. When you're in the sky, when you're in the sky and you're falling in air, and you're trying to put the key into the thing. Where's that Wi-Fi? There's no Wi-Fi in the air. He got no signal. Where's this hub? How's this working?
No,
How's
I think
this working that he can trap the entity? I don't understand any of this.
T-Mobile ready, or it was covered, okay, in that
Yeah.
Santa plan.
But Marcus, nobody
There's a
said
lot-
it. Did they get
go
the
ahead.
world traveling plan, Mark? Because they was in South Africa, man. They was in South Africa.
Let me, well, it's the first Mission Impossible in Africa, though. They've been 8 of movies, and they ain't been to Africa once. So, like any Mission Impossible, you don't know how the technology work. You don't really know. You don't know what he's really after. The Mission Impossible 3, as they brought up, they just said the rabbit's foot. They never explained what the fuck the rabbit's foot was until this movie, when they decided to retcon it and be like, oh yeah, that was the entity the whole time. We never knew. It was like, what? It was that. But I'm going to say this before Eric comes in with all his hot takes and all that stuff. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought they did the damn thing.
It's a fun.
I thought Tom Cruise is a fucking psychopath for all the shit he did. And at 69,000 years old or whatever he is, whether it's underwater or flying on the plane and hanging upside down, all that shit, I ain't doing that.
I thought it was a great homage to all the Mission Impossibles of the past. I thought they tried to tie everything up together. But my thing is, I want a disclaimer. If you don't have any experience dismantling a bomb, don't think that you could dismantle a bomb and figure it out like the dude did at the end, where we got about 10 seconds to make it. We got about 10 seconds. We can do it.
That's the part I was like, this is the story. I don't believe for a second that they made that run in 10 seconds. When they said, you got to make it to that door in 10 seconds. I know the black guy can make it.
No, but remember though. Remember,
I was looking at
Marcus, the greatest thing about it though, if the black guy didn't decide to stay back and die, they wouldn't been able to cut those 3 things at the same time to run.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
like,
Eric, he had no reason to go. And you know what? I respect the black man going, I got no reason to be with y'all. Y'all gonna die doing something.
Mark, I'm tired of the black people sacrificing themselves, although Ving Rhames, Luther, that was Luther.
I just know if I ever leave a special message for somebody, I know I'm gonna probably die in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. And if I tell you, I left a message for you. Disrespect me to be dead. Disrespect me to be dead. Oh.
Did you find Gabriel actually a good villain over these two movies? I don't think he did.
No.
He looked like a wish version of Brad Pitt.
To me, his fashion was too on point for me to care. The man cared more about his clothes than his actual plans, I felt like.
Man was dressed. He was always, when he had the little scarf, I was like, damn, Gabriel. You know what? I should have called Shantae here to talk about Mission Impossible since she saw it.
You still can.
I was like, Gabriel might be the best gay villain in the history of movies because that man fashion was on point.
He's gay.
Come on, man. Just look at him. Just look at him.
I mean, you could have cast.
It's not a strike against the man. It's just that he just seemed like one of the gayest villains of all time. And he was about to take over the world. I don't understand why he. Oh, you called Shantae. You get on the phone. Talk about Gabriel.
Hello?
Gabriel doesn't deserve 2 movies.
I'm
He's
just
not
calling
2
the
movie
phone because
villain.
right now we're in our Mission Impossible.
You're live
Final
on air.
Reckless
Do not swear.
Conversation. We are live on air, so there's no cussing.
He
What did you
doesn't
think of
swear
the
anyway.
overall movie?
Wait, say that again?
What did you think of Mission Impossible 3: Final Reckoning? We're on
It's
live.
not
on the
Mission
air.
Impossible 3.
Mission Impossible 5.
We're at 8.
Oh, I thought it was fine. Well, did you want me to say anything else?
What did you think about Gabriel as a villain overall?
Yeah, you want to start
Oh,
with a
he's
question?
alright.
Hey, you said you made it sound like Shantae had a lot to say about this movie, but
I thought she did. Maybe she did.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. But yeah, it was fine to me. It was good.
All right. Well, we just want to say congratulations on getting your masters. Thank you for providing that.
congratulations.
I mean, I thought she had
Yeah,
more.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but yeah. I don't-
We should have
I
saw
don't
Lilo and
have
Stitch.
anything additional to add.
Yeah,
You guys
let me add-
discussing.
Yeah, we barely started the discussion. Eric made it seem like you had this prominent review.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Well, thank
you,
you.
Eric.
Sorry.
You go back to work then. You go back to work. That didn't go as well as I thought it would.
I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. So let me add this. I didn't like the language barrier in the movie. That was my main issue. Everybody was speaking a different language, but it all came back to them speaking back to them in English. Girl only spoke French. They started talking to her in English, and she was like, "I understand."
No, the problem I had was the Inuit. When they were speaking in English, there was no subtitles.
Don't you? I love that lady.
That lady can't make that run in 10 seconds.
She can't, but I love that lady.
She can't make that run in 10 seconds.
That lady took a nap halfway through.
No. That lady had my favorite part when they was going to feed the dogs. And she looked at the heifer and was like, "Bitch, you gonna do something?"
Heifer. See, he's already back. He already back.
No, because she's like, "I'm old. Why don't you make a move?" And then she hit the dude with the shovel, and I was like, "Okay, finally."
But my favorite thing is they go into William Dunlow's house, and he's talking about how Tom, they shipped him off to, I guess, where are they, in Alaska? I don't honestly know where they were.
They were in Arctic or something like that.
Yeah, wherever they were at, he got shipped off to there, and he was like, "You know what? Best thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't have met. I don't even think she had a name. I wouldn't have met my wife. I don't even think she had a name." But I'm like, this was the best thing that could happen to you. I mean, she still don't know an ounce of English. Y'all been together 30 years, it seemed like.
Yeah, he's speaking to her anyway. He learned a different language for her, Marcus.
That's how good that shit was, Marcus. That's how good it was.
Marcus. That's what love is, Marcus.
Right, you don't know love, man.
I just think there would have been a middle ground where she would have got a little bit of his English. Just
Marcus,
a little bit.
If you know anything about people who speak multiple languages, they speak the language that is comfortable. Mark, they were in a very strenuous situation where you had Russians inside your home. And guess what? Speaking English, them Russians seem to understand English. They didn't understand her language, though.
I'm just...
Marcus, let me put this. Let me put this in terms of. Let me put this in terms of you understand. Yes. In your imaginary relationship with Stephanie Vakir, you would learn a different language for her.
I would, but I feel like a little bit would sprinkle out to her.
Exactly.
I feel like a little bit would dash out on her side too. Like I feel like we would have been able to be like, nah. But she was straight up not talking.
But maybe they were more comfortable living in that slow lifestyle, speaking the native language. I think
that man was desperate and grabbed the first woman he could find.
No, if you move to Mexico,
30 years.
If you move to Mexico, you will start speaking Spanish because that's where you stay at. So Mark, I'm more upset.
No, but my gripe is that she don't speak 8 ounce of it. They have no kids. I don't know what they've been doing for 30 years up there.
Enjoying each other's company. Love don't have to have kids.
They weren't watching TV. They were just raising dogs.
Yeah, Mark,
I don't think the kids had anything. I'm just saying. Marcus, I don't understand their relationship.
Marcus,
and they were so he was so quick to want to die. I believe he was so quick to want to die. Anytime there was a chance to die, he was like, "Sign me up." I'm just saying. William Dunlow was looking for a way out.
Well, he knew what the thing did. But what about Tom Cruise? He should have been dead when he was in the sub and he cut the suit off. He would have froze to death.
Nah, not Tom. This is true, man. That motherfucker trained himself.
Scene gave me so much anxiety, and I wasn't even in it. And I was like, new fear. Never go down.
Yeah, it was just no sound. And I'm like, this motherfucker gonna drown.
Like, there's no reason to go that deep underseas. And I was like, they did a very good job. Also, the black man on the sub that was off the thing and the unnecessary. Marcus,
did you see Buddy Murphy? Did you see Buddy Murphy on the submarine?
Yes,
I want to give him a strike. I want to give this movie a strike. Tell me there was not something somewhere. I think that there should be some casting people that should be firing their agent, and I'm talking about Buddy Murphy and Rhea Ripley. They could have cast her. That could have been Rhea as the muscular girl who Tom got in her suit, and that could have been Buddy. Their agent could have swooped in and got those parts.
Marcus, it's a difference. My whole thing is,
you didn't have to say. You act like she was saying some good shit.
Manny and
Those
Marcus,
lines, they didn't say nothing.
I love the unnecessary turns by characters that we didn't even see. We had the one unnecessary turn on Tom when he was on the treadmill, and then we had the one on the president. Like, because you know they were trying to foreshadow that it was going to be the general, but then the general's like, "Let me give me your side piece, soldier." The next thing you know, he shoot the other dude. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I actually didn't understand the general asking for the side piece because he didn't do anything with it.
Well,
He
was
killed-
just-
he
I
killed
think-
the
I think
dude.
he killed that one dude. He was thinking that this shit may pop off in here because tensions are getting high. We blowing shit up. Somebody may try to stop the president from blowing shit up. So I think he was on the side of blowing up the city, but he also on the side of America, and we're not killing our first black president.
But they tried
woman
to
president.
portray that he was the one that was going to kill Angela Bassett because she wasn't doing it. Old lady from Ted Lasso was hilarious too. Like she had just like May
I don't know
12th,
why she was in there.
1996.
Why she was in there for that like 2 seconds? Like she had maybe 2 minutes of screen time. I just feel like it's worked that hard.
She
Like,
was there
you could be in
because
Mission Impossible.
she was on the George Washington's thing that was on that line, and she had the necklace to unlock the black man that helped Tom Cruise. That's what it
Hold up.
was.
But here's my question: was it warranted? So they saved the world. Angela Bassett's getting off of Air Force One. They all salute the black president, and I don't think she's losing her next election anytime soon. I don't think so, but somehow someone's gonna spin it, and it's like she should have blew up Los Angeles. But anyway, the move when the soldiers step back and it's just her son. I think that's it. I didn't have any connection with her and her son. I've never seen them together.
I don't.
Angela Bassett started getting emotional. I was like, "What?" She cried.
But Marcus, they were talking about, like they kept saying, "Have you spoke to your son? Have you spoke to your son?"
Yeah, I understand all that they brought it up, but like,
it reminded me of Captain
she ain't
America.
been in every episode of this, and her son ain't either.
I stand correct. It reminded me of Black Captain America when they kept asking Harrison Ford if he spoke to his daughter. Have he spoke to his daughter? Then at the end, his daughters visited him in prison, and I was like, I get that, but I was like, I don't give a damn about Angela Bassett in this situation. Missiles were almost launched. They was almost launched.
Manny, we're done, right? If the world fainted on America and their decision making, we're done.
I could not stop thinking like, damn, we don't need this much power.
Yeah, that was the main thing I went to. Is like, damn, man, I really wish I had a president like Angela Bassett.
Dotto is not making the right decision, and he ain't got people. The Fox News cabinet
he
ain't gonna tell him the right thing to do.
He would have pressed the button with 3 days to spare.
No, he would have had somebody else push the button while he got into
No, he would have done it.
He would have got into his bunker. I'll be in the bunker.
No,
He
so
would-
you know, in the White House, Donald Trump has a particular button to press. He presses on his desk that gets him the Diet Coke. He will accidentally press the button to blow up the world.
Manny, are you leaking it? Manny, Eric, are you guys leaking information to the press about what happened there that day about her about to blow up the city?
Marcus.
For political leverage. She was gonna blow up all of that shit. She was gonna blow up DC.
Marcus,
She was out
first
her
and
damn
foremost,
mind.
We already know what's gonna happen. The Secretary of
blaming her.
Defense, he's gonna be on his sub thing tweeting about this to other people.
He'll be on Signal.
Yeah, on Signal, just telling people about shit that's going on. Donald Trump, instead of pressing the button, he'll be tweeting about something that's so irrelevant to the world ending. Oh, Taylor Swift is not hot anymore. It's like, wait, the world's coming to the end.
Eric, not only would he blow up a city, he would say it's Biden's fault.
Yeah.
That city. Biden put us in this situation.
Yeah,
Biden let the enemy
exactly.
escape. Biden let the enemy go wild on us. I had nothing to do with it. Leave me, Donald.
So
But,
overall, though, it was a fun movie, but it's a movie that you really have to just let all your expectations go. But it's still more believable than anything that Fast and the Furious does. It is.
Well, Tom does his stunts, man. So
I don't give a damn if Tom does his stunts.
what do you mean? Tom out there risking his life on that plane. Again, Tom, when he was making his run, no one tossed him a gun. Toss him a gun. Like, here, take this. He may have lost it on the acrobatics and the circus select.
He's
Actually,
T1000.
you know what? Actually, I know the makeup of London. There is no way, Tom, from where he was running to get to where Luca
Yeah,
was,
absolutely not.
there was no way he made that in time. There was
Like,
no
I was
way
like,
he made
Tom,
that
you've
in
been faster to get the car. That dude said, I'm running 100 miles per hour right
Yeah,
now. There was no way he's getting across there.
Or the most experienced marathon runner couldn't do that.
You want to know the worst part? He wasn't even out of breath.
He
when
wasn't
got
out
to
of breath,
Luton.
and he was still able to kick ass after that run. Like
That man is
dude.
60 years old, and he just made that run.
At the end though, you know when they all in London Square and they looking, I really wanted to play the Fast and the Furious. It's been a long time.
No, because this is just a setup for another movie. I know this ain't over.
Yeah, Tom's supposed to die in this one. I was expecting Tom to die. I was like, when the guy was like, Gabriel was like, I'll be the only one on a parachute, and then he got smashed in the thing. I was like, oh, Tom ain't gonna get to no parachute. This is how he dies. He gonna die saving the world.
I just
This
hope
how this
Gabriel
is.
don't show back up with a big scash on his face.
Gabriel's dead as
should be
fuck.
dead.
Gabriel's dead.
I love the
When
fact
he was
that
like, I'm
Marcus
going with a
said,
parachute and hit the back of the propeller, and I went, oh, he ain't coming
Marcus,
back.
your gripe about Gabriel being too fashionable to be a villain
He's the
is
best,
hilarious.
The man stylish. The man was he want the entity to rechange fashion. He want the entity so he can get to the Met Gala.
He did have some nice fashion though, man.
Motherfucker was clean shaved and everything. Man,
When he
out of
went
his
down there to
mind.
kill Luther, why was he dressed so clean to be in the sewers?
I know, man. The man looks in the mirror before he gonna do his crimes.
You
I'm
know
going
what?
to jail tonight.
This periwinkle
They
might
gonna get
clash
my
with
good
my
side.
sinister plan. I don't think I can wear this periwinkle tonight. It might be a more magenta kind of night for me.
But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Is it my favorite of the Mission Impossibles? No. But it was entertaining. I mean, it did wrap everything up. They decided to put every single movie reference inside this somehow, which I think is an accomplishment of movies that were not connected whatsoever.
Last thing. At the end, you know, when she's doing the whole thing and they're inside the mainframe and all that, and then she has to perform surgery on Simon Pegg.
She did.
I mean, considering everything that was going on, did we really need to have her do those necessary steps of sanitizing everything? I was like, I don't think you're saving his life in this situation. Could you
don't want him
please
to get infected?
Could you please
I was thinking
stop?
the same thing. When she did it, I said, "Good, she's not gonna get infected." I'm like, that's some good shit. You ain't got no medical license, but I would hope if I can't breathe air, my lungs gonna collapse.
Jack Daniels in my blood.
Also, this man was on the verge of death, right? They don't even know where he's at. How did the medical and vac team get to them so quick?
Well, Kittrick's in them. I don't know.
Also, gentlemen, how did you guys feel about the big reveal that officer was actually John Voight's son? And I was like, that was so unnecessary.
No,
and I need
when
you
he
to trust
did it,
me.
I said, shit, he does look like John Voight. Shit, Angelina Jolie got a brother. My main thing is that motherfucker, I can't take him serious with that hair. For an FBI agent, his hair was just way the fuck up there, and I'm like,
way too high.
But also, my favorite part though, I'm sorry, I don't have a picture of me. But when he shows a picture of the black, can you tell me what's going on with the black guy? And then he sees, and then he sees the black guy. He doesn't even acknowledge him. Like what's going on? Like, you asked about him, but you didn't even say, like, there was no follow-up to him asking about the black guy.
He didn't care. He's like, is he still alive?
Yeah, and I was like, is that all you needed?
Well,
like, did you want his ass dead? It's like, is he alive?
Also another random thing I started laughing at. So they would cut to Tom, they doing their action shit, you know, his Mission Impossible, but then they go back to the political office of the president. By the way, I have no problem with Angela Bassett being president, but I do still have a problem with Bucky Barnes being a congressman. But with that being said, every time they cut to them, everybody would always remove some clothing as if it was getting really hot in there. So each time they cut, they were in full suits. Then the ties were loose. Then people lost their jackets. Then people were just in their drawers and socks.
Marcus, can I tell you something right now?
Just kept losing clothing.
I'll tell you guys right now. The black man should get an award for the best sweat because he was like, what the hell? His skin was glistening. He was hot. I was like, shit, what's going on?
So, Eric, in the Angela Bassett decision, which side do you stand on? You blow up everybody? You shoot them before they shoot us? Or do you shoot us as a common courtesy to let them know, hey, let's not start a war. We just do what we got to do.
I think the latter one where you have to destroy one of your cities, you know, you have to kill 100 million to save billions. But at the same time, do you really believe in Ethan? If you believe in Ethan go do it.
Shit, they gambling hard.
They gambling hard. Marcus. You the person that gambles. You know you gonna do that bet.
I am not. I'm blowing up something because I believe Ethan Hunt's dead. We ain't heard from this man in a week.
All right, that's
He's
time for us to wrap up the
dead.
show. Manny's calling Rika in. Rika ain't made the whole appearance this whole time. Let's see if we can end the show before that
What
happens.
are you gonna get Rika?
You know, she
She
sent
hasn't
me
been
a
on the show.
letter.
She hasn't been on the show this week.
She sent me a letter and she asked for some royalties. And I can't afford those royalties.
Hey, she's been making moves on TikTok.
Goddamn dogs. Anyway, I hope you guys are all over the place. No, Big Show didn't make a carrot. But I still like the best movie review last week where you said it's the reason why Seth is not in no movie. He sucks.
Oh, that clip of whatever he was in. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it was.
Is this your movie of the year? Is this replace I guess Sinners and Thunderbolts is what you guys
No.
had? That's what we wanted
I had
to?
more fun with Thunderbolts.
I had more fun with Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
agree.
I like Sinners, but Sinners is not as great as everybody made. It's a vampire movie. Like you see it was Dust to Dawn. That's what it was. Rika's
It's
there.
like Dust to Die.
Yeah.
But you get to see the Clan get shot at the end.
You do. But no, the thing is, my favorite scene was with Cornbread. It's just like, give me my money. I appreciate a vampire black man still want to be paid his money. Like, shit, give me my money. and Stack was useless. He fucked them all up because of white women. That's the message. Stay away.
Creo.
Oh, actually, the best scene in Sinners was when dude was in the back of Smoke's truck trying to steal liquor.
Shot him
He
in the
shot
ass.
and then the other dude thought he was gonna get away. He got shot too. I was like, like damn right.
But the Asian woman's fault. I'm telling you, it's the Asian woman's fault. Those elbows are ashy and it froze on you too. Right there.
I was making cakes, man.
It's the Asian woman's fault for coming in. Like, man, we had this figured out. We had it all figured out. Just don't let them in. Sun comes up, we all good.
They was gonna get shot by the
Okay.
Klan.
Man, they would have fucked the Klan up.
Their whole plan to eat garlic and try and work out if one was infected, and then the
Got
black
this
woman
drunk.
the guy was fucking, I would have shot her on sight. The way
Yeah.
she was acting up like. Don't
First
make
of
this
all,
difficult.
Manny, I would have shot her for her awful ass performance. I don't know who told her ass to get up on stage. Where her husband at? Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We almost went 2 hours.
It's been a
Marcus
while
needs-
since we done that.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. Marcus needs some sleep. I need to go find me something to eat and lunch, and probably think about what happened in the intake and see what's going on.
I had a
Yeah,
crisp
this-
sandwich today.
You had a what?
I felt very poverty today.
Chris
Wait,
sandwich?
a potato chip sandwich?
yeah.
Manny, are you okay?
No, I'm poor. Donate to the show.
God damn, Manny,
Yeah.
Marcus, have we ever just had a potato chip sandwich?
No.
No.
'Cause you know what? We wouldn't be able to have the bread and the potato at the same time.
No.
So I'm telling you, people, get
I would
some,
eat Kool-Aid
get some
packages
bread,
for lunch, goddammit. 25
some
cent
bread.
lunch.
get some cheese and onion crisps, slide that shit in with some butter.
Wait! You add butter too?
Yes. Don't judge me till you try it.
What's
Don't
going
judge
on
me
over
till you
there,
try
Manny?
it.
Is this meal impossible? What the fuck are you
Donate
doing?
to the show.
Manny, you literally made what I would call a
You
grilled
bought a
cheese
PS5
sandwich
this week
with
and
potato
now you
chips.
eat.
That's what you did.
Donate to the show. People be struggling over here.
Kane, I know
Hey,
you.
let me tell
Have
you
you
this,
ever
let me-
had a sandwich with this chips?
No, the show's over, Eric. Don't ask Kane this because we gotta wait 4 minutes before the response because we on the delay. Eric, just to quote our black brother Dusty Rhodes, we are behind the dime with kings and queens, but he's also sat down and ate some pork and beans or whatever the hell he did. Hard times. His job was replaced by a computer daddy. So let the man eat his crips and
He's not eating crisps, Marcus.
Crips.
They-
I know. I meant to say, Chris. I got to call him and chips and Chris. His Chris and bread sandwich. Let the man have his struggle meal.
Was there nothing?
You know
there,
what?
there was
I
no
don't
wieners in
know
the
if I'll have a
refrigerator.
struggle meal.
No,
Huh?
No ramen.
Eric, I wanted crisps. I wanted bread. All right, leave me alone.
Manny, were you high?
No, And if I had ham, I would have put ham in that sandwich too.
But see, Betty, I understand with the meat, but like just bread and potato chips just seems wrong.
Don't mock it till you try it.
And then you
Man,
add butter.
Why would I need a baked potato with the bread, man? The potato is okay by itself. Man, me eating the whole baked potato.
Why do I need bread and a baked potato? What are y'all doing in Europe?
Y'all don't know struggle, man. Shit, eat ramen noodles when your
Ketchup
water
sandwich.
shut off.
Ketchup sandwich.
Try to
ketchup
eat ramen
Sandwich is
noodles.
even worse.
A
Or
mayo
do what Ryan
sandwich.
did. Butter sandwiches.
I have buttered toast.
Cut up some wieners and throw them on the grill. Cut them up,
Actually,
put them
Marcus,
on the skillet. and
I've
put 'em on
learned
the
in a lot of
skillet.
Filipino dishes, the wiener is a very it's
I've
it's
seen
in
that,
there
yeah.
a lot.
But I mean, cut it up and so you have little bits. Put ketchup on the side, just dip and eat it.
Oh, I'm on PlayStation now, so if you want to add me, Manny, that's 287.
I got to turn my PlayStation on, but I will.
Man can't afford food, but playing goddamn PlayStation online.
Yeah, I can finance a PlayStation.
Marcus, I think Manny can afford food. I think that he just wanted a crisp sandwich. I don't know why.
I can afford food, people. I can afford food.
Oh, here we go. His drug dealing ways.
This is just rainy day money.
Marcus, excuse my language. I almost said nigga, please. I don't know why. It just went out my mouth. All right, Smoke.
If I had rainy day money, man, I open my wallet and it would sneeze in my face and say, "I'm just out of commission right now."
I'm just saying that's just my rent.
Kay said fake money, fake money.
The shit
Manny, all you gotta do
real,
is put that
people. This shit
Manny-
is real.
Manny, all you gotta
You
do
still
is
got
put
that
big-
Harry Potter money.
Yes.
Yeah. Manny, all you gotta do is put that Benny Testaverde jersey on, come over down to New York, and you'll be starting quarterback for the Jets. Come on, man. Make that
Ooh.
money. Make that money.
Wow. Anyway,
I
we
think
have
Justin Fields has got that job for 1 year.
I'm just gonna laugh off the show. And the Steelers got a quarterback too.
thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. I don't know
I
what
think
the
he
hell.
did that himself.
Well, clearly, Marcus is mad because he can't dress like Gabriel. He wants to be a villain, but he can't be.
I can
You know,
dress like Gabriel anytime I want to. Goddamn it!
No, you dress like this. This is what Marcus dressed like. The high ponytail and everything. Anyway, you guys can always donate to the show. Mortals, the Beast Mortals got to pay his bills.
Can't pay my bills.
But anyway, I'm Eric.
That QR code don't work. Oh.
I'm the racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes, who is poverty-ridden and eats crisp sandwiches.
I don't know, man. If you can afford bread and crisps, I don't think you're that poor.
Bread is 65 pence.
Yeah.
Bread is cheap, Eric.
Yeah.
Bread ain't cheap here. Shit.
No, nothing
What the
cheap
fuck you
here.
putting in your bread?
Man, I
That
paid,
goddamn Joe Biden.
man, I paid for a fucking red bell pepper. I paid $5 for one bell pepper. I was very upset
What
That-
would you
that's
pay
what you
$5 for a fucking bell pepper?
because it was imported from Mexico, Texas.
Wait, where are you buying this from?
Well, we don't talk about that.
You went it from the farmer's market, you.
The Gelson's?
Whole Foods, man.
Whole
I
Foods?
got to the Whole Foods.
You stay away from the Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's
The
why.
only
That's
hoe-
why.
Yeah, the only hole at that Foods is you for paying those prices. The hole in your pocket.
Yeah, I haven't had
Go
organic.
somewhere else. Go somewhere else.
I think I need some. Man, I need some fish.
You know what? I'm gonna cut up some tortillas and dip it into some water, and I'm gonna have me a meal tonight.
Mm.
Could you at least dip it into some grease? All right. Bye, everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed.
I'm gonna
the
get me
show.
some tortillas and hummus right now.
I'm gonna get me some unsalted crackers and put some ketchup on top of it and say I have hors d'oeuvres for tonight.
I don't understand why you guys try to act like that Key and Peele skit where they were talking about soul food. Who got out poor? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you some uncooked ramen. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the
I'm
show.
gonna cook me some ramen and then put some uncooked ramen on top of it to add some crispiness.
Manny, but before you put that crispy, you go toast that shit in the pan so it can be a little toasty crispy. Anyway, hope you guys
I'm
enjoyed
gonna
the
ask
show.
the neighbors, can I have their dirty dishes so I can just have something to eat tonight?
I will. I don't think I will be here next Saturday. I guess I could do it from my hotel room.
Yeah, whatever you do in your
Okay,
hotel
Diddy.
room, please don't do it on this stream.
Okay, Diddy.
Yeah, so I may show up on the hotel. I'll let you guys know because it depends on how the Wi-Fi is at Mandalay Bay. But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I am Eric.
I am the racially ambiguous, stretching this out so it hits 2 hours, Lord Manny Hayes.
Yeah. And I'm all fumes and emergency brakes.
Nyarami!
You look like you had a seizure right there. I saw
That's a
a
gun,
kid on you that
Jacob
jiggle that
does.
shouldn't jiggle.
That's not Jacob, that's a boogeyman, and you know it.
That was more
Jacob is still a
boogeyman than Jacob.
boogeyman.
That was more boogeyman than Jacob.
That was.
You know, Jacob reminds me of Oogie Boogie from A Nightmare Before Christmas anyway. I don't know why. But I guess more hood.
I don't know. It could be multiple things. So who you think will win, Marcus? Mission Impossible or Lilo and Stitch? You guys give me your picks
Mission
now.
Impossible.
Mission.
I never bet against Tom Cruise.
I'm going Lilo and Stitch. There's a lot of kids there.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, we have made it to the 2-hour mark with 4 seconds to go. We hope you guys enjoyed this show. End stream now.
We're going
We should
over.
hit
It's gonna,
end stream.
you gotta hit it like an hour.